I tried to make it on my own. Well, you see, well, you see.
wise counsels, to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Patrick Harry with Church of the Eternal Logos, and tonight we are doing a little bit of a birthday bash call-in stream. We already have the Zoom fired up. Anybody and everybody's going to be welcome to hop in. I myself am already sipping on a little whiskey here. You can see I am partaking in a little Four Roses small batch Kentucky bourbon, getting that Midwestern whiskey, and don't have a whole lot planned for this evening other than to take call-ins, share an evening with my fellow ortho brothers and sisters. Today was a bit of a relaxing day. All I did for my birthday was actually, I worked on my paper. So as you can probably already see, I have tons of books over here. So I have these open because I don't want to lose my pace for my research. But last night I celebrated my birthday a bit by splurging over at the Half Price Books, and I'll show you what jewels I found over at Half Price Books. Of course, what else was I going to do for my birthday? I was thinking, okay, what do I want to do? What I want to buy new shoes? I want to buy clothes. What exactly am I going to buy? The only thing I want is books. I want more books, and so what you guys can't see is I have an entire bookshelf here. I think it's like 7 foot. So I have a 7-foot bookshelf over here. This is a smaller bookshelf that I have. I have a whole nother bookshelf here. Books here, books here. I love books. And so let me show you guys real quick before we get into the call-ins and start chatting. Here, by the way, for anybody, just to get it going, here is the link for anybody who wants to come in on the call-in. Here is the link. I'm going to share it right here in the live chat. So this is the link. Let me share it in the live chat. Okay. So that link right there will bring you into the live chat, and then you'll be in the waiting room. Let me show you guys what I found last night at Half Price Books. Okay. So as I said, I did do a bit of a splurging. I love having books. I love having my own. So these were just books that I could use for research. I need to read this or that. And yes, I will be honest, I probably did spend well over $100 on Amazon books as well. Those haven't even came in yet. But first, a little Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. Who knows who Thomas Hobbes is? The English philosopher. Had to get something from him. I didn't have that book. Oh, thank you so much, Doorman360, for the generous $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Thomas Henderson. Throws in a super chat for $32. Again, I'm going to read those live, so I'm going to read super chats as they come in. There is no script for tonight. We're just going. So the next book I got was a little Rousseau. I didn't have his Confessions. So anything and everything in the department of philosophy or any type of theoretical works, cultural theorist, sociological theorist, theorist of religion, definitely got to get that stuff. The Meditations by Descartes. Yes, I don't actually have that. Let me throw this down here with Kant. So I got some of these little pamphlets down here. Of course, I didn't have Good and Evil by Beyond Good and Evil by Nietzsche, or Thus Spake Zarathustra. So I had to grab both those Nietzsche books, right? I had to get some of those. This one is something you guys might want to check out. Now, this was actually advised or recommended for me for purchase this past Sunday at church. Actually, we had a visiting priest and a really, really great guy. And he said, have you read The Drama of Atheist Humanism by de Lubac? I said, no, I haven't read that. I know who de Lubac is. And he said, well, I recommend you go get this book. And I said, okay. So I purchased it, and it looks like a fantastic, fantastic book. I cannot wait to get into this. But this would be, again, recommended to me by an Orthodox priest. You may be interested in this, The Drama of Atheist Humanism. The Drama of Atheist Humanism. So that just came in. Of course, I had to deal with the French existentialist school. So if I'm gonna go to bat against Jean-Paul Sartre, I got to have His Being and Nothingness. So I found that on sale. I had to grab that. This one, Branislaw Malinowski. Some of you guys maybe have never heard of Branislaw Malinowski. Very important theorist in regards to the difference between magic, science, and religion. And I've talked to you about the sort of evolutionary presuppositions a lot of the theorists have in the really the mid to late 19th century, and then getting into the early 20th century. But this is a very important book from the mid 20th century by Branislaw Malinowski, and I saw this for $5. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that book. Descartes, Discourse on Method and Other Writings. Not that we're in favors of the mind-body dualism of Descartes, but again, the Cartesian distinction, we still have to have Descartes in our library, right? And so this is another one I bought to take place by Jonathan Z. Smith. Now, he is past, but Jonathan Z. Smith, for those of you who are aware, Jonathan C. Smith is a very important theorist of religion that recently died. He was a scholar up at the University of Chicago. Again, certainly not Orthodox, not Christian, left of center, but he does good scholarship. And so this one is on toward a theory of ritual. And so I had to grab that. So I grabbed that one as well. I was impoverished. My personal library is impoverished without Thomas Kuhn's The Structure of Scientific Revolution. So I got basically a brand new copy of that. Really excited for this one. Soren Kierkegaard. I bought a couple Soren Kierkegaards, Fear and Trembling and The Sickness Unto Death. I have one Kierkegaard down here, The Sickness Unto Death. It's a Penguin Classics. And then I got this one, Soren Kierkegaard, The Difficulty of Being Christian. The Difficulty of Being Christian. So these were a few. Let me show you some collectibles. Now these were the collectibles that I got. What do you know about the Arabian Nights? Look how beautiful this book is. Look how beautiful this book is. These were $25 at your half price books. $25. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful books. I look forward to even reading this to my children. This is the basis for the Disney story of Aladdin, comes from the famous Arabian Nights. And then, of course, so this is that. Look at this one. The Iliad and the Odyssey. Look how beautiful this book is, guys. So I had to buy these. These are $25 a piece. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm going to get these. And so now I have the translation of the Iliad and the Odyssey to read my children. Also, of course, Grimm's Fairy Tales. Another leather-bound. Look at these books. Incredible, incredible books. So this is the entirety of the Grimm Brother Fairy Tales. I have the entire collection right here. All the Grimm Brother Fairy Tales. I don't need to go to a website because I got them right here. And then here's another book that I bought. Famous book. And this is the entirety of Greek mythology. The entirety of Greek mythology. So I got all that stuff here. So I splurged a bit. I mean, what else would I want to buy for my birthday than books? So that's what I ended up doing there. So let's just start hopping into some of these call-ins. Looks like we got multiple people in the waiting room here. So the first one I'm going to go to is J School account. So J School account, you are about to be brought into the stream here. All right. Guys, please smash that like for anybody who just joined. We're now about to dive in to some of the call-ins. We got J School account. We're waiting for his audio to connect. Please smash that like. If anybody would, if you would just so happen want to throw in a super chat, please use the Streamlabs link. J School, how you doing today, brother? J School account, you turn on your microphone. J School, are you there? J School. J School. All right, I think J School may be having problems with some of the audio. So we may have to go to another person. J School, are you there, my brother? Okay, well, J School, we are going to leave you to the side. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, brother. Let me know when you get your audio fixed. We're going to bring in Christy. So, Christy, you are now joining the live stream here. Christy, can you hear me? Christy, can you turn on your audio? Okay, Christy also does not have her audio nor camera turned on, so we're going to put her back in the waiting room. We're going to go with Gabriel. I know Gabe is going to be... Gabe, can you turn on your audio, brother? There he is. Brother. Hey.
Oh,
what's going on, my man?
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. How you doing?
Doing good.
Brother, thank you so much for the super chat, man. That was really generous of you.
No problem, no problem. I guess this stream is a few minutes behind, so I'm a little shocked I'm on here, but it's all good. It's all good.
Right now we are probably about 20 to 30 seconds ahead of everybody watching.
All right. So first and foremost, God grant you many years.
Thank you so much, brother. Hey, absolutely. Cheers.
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 Anyway, we don't have any topics, so why don't we?
Hey, whatever you want to talk about, man. What's going on with you on the East Coast? How you been? We haven't spoken in a minute.
I've been good. I saw that stream that you did with the lady licking her lips. What is it called?
Nicki Minaj?
No, not that one.
The complicity trap.
You have it. The complicity. The Nicki Minaj situation. Here's the thing, man. You pump out so much content, and sometimes it's just like, oof. They're hours and hours long. So it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time.
You're telling me, man. You are telling me.
So, but the complicity trap, in my job, we're dealing with that at the moment. November 8th is the deadline. I had two coworkers, man. Two coworkers. One of them was a woman who was a mother of two kids. And she said, I woke up this morning, I decided to cave in. I'm going to go across the street and, get my lipstick. We'll use that term. We'll get my little devil or my lipstick. So she went and got her lipstick. I'm saying, hey, look, you're a mom. These kids need you. If something happens to you, like, that's not cool. But she decided, don't make me think too hard about this. I just decided that, and she had this, she kept saying this, like, if I end up dead tomorrow, you guys know what happened. Right. Like, and I was, part of me was just like so torn up on that kind of thing. On the other end, there was another guy there who, I don't know what his religion is, but he was holding out with me, and we chatted a bit, things like, how the modern American society, he's not, I don't think he's Orthodox, but modern American society just puts up mammon as its idol, and everything is just to get mammon. And I'm like, yo, bro, like when we get put to the FEMA camps, I'll make sure to give you a fist bump.
What do you make of it? Like I made that stream, The Complicity Trap, because I was dealing with seeing particularly a medical doctor that is close to the family, close in my life, and how at the beginning of 2020, let's say I was talking with him at his house in March of 2020, April of 2020, and we're trying to work through. He's an internal medicine doctor. He's on the front lines. He's seeing people in the hospital. Again, there's all this chaos, the redefining of the flu, the PCR test, the ambiguity of all this stuff. But he recognized, okay, well, hydroxychloroquine, it took months later, but he recognized, okay, some of the stuff you were talking about early it made sense. Now, fast forward 8 months later, and he's basically totally flipped his tune. Now he's mocking people that are unvaccinated. And then he wanted to go back and forth with me. Again, he was probably drunk that night. Who knows? But I couldn't understand.
Making fun of people who have horse paste.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't understand like what it is that he, why he would flip and how he was blind to things. He wouldn't look at the research. He was making fun of me because I was talking about ivermectin or, all this different stuff. And it got me thinking about the complicity trap, that these large conspiratorial programs, essentially, if it's of evil, it's not that they have to have all these people on the inside. It's that as long as you go along with it, if it ultimately is evil, it's going to be way harder for you to repent, for you to change tune, for you to recant. Because if you engaged in it and then you perpetuated the stabbies, if you got it yourself, you advocated for people you love to get it, well, you're not going to turn your back on it. You're gonna go full force and hope that this thing is what it says to be.
Basically, what they do is their news is clouded, but their conscience causes them pain because the information that they're doing doesn't align with their conscience. What they're doing doesn't. There's this misalignment in there, and it's internal, and they feel it. So what they do is they brainwash themselves so they're okay with it. They surrender themselves to the narrative, to the lies, so that suddenly there's not that disconnect anymore. They just give themselves up.
Right.
And it's horrifying. It's horrifying. It's terrible.
Now, brother, how are you with your family? Because this is something I talk to a lot of people. I'm very thankful that everybody in my immediate family is basically on the same page as me. So
you are blessed.
Exactly.
I gotta tell you that you are blessed because I gotta tell you.
What's kind of your situation in regards to the family dynamics with everything that's going on? Is it difficult?
My parents have taken the lipstick. I will not bring up. I brought up like my hesitancy to my mom, but I don't go full bore with her. I guess it's instinctual to, soften the blow with my mom. With my dad, I don't really hold him to that same standard. My parents are divorced, so like I kind of tell him, I'm not doing this. This thing's gonna kill me. And he's like, well, I'm taking it. I want it. And and just the other day, I told him about the deadline, November 8th, coming around here. Now I have 2 jobs. I'm actually slacking on 1 job while I'm talking to you, but my primary method of income is in jeopardy, but I've long decided that I'm not going to take the lipstick no matter what. So I'm ready to lose that job. But I brought up to him, like, for example, my mom asked me the other day, and I asked her something, which I will route this conversation to one more topic before we close out.
Yeah,
I want to make sure that people get the chance to come. But
well, we just started, so we'll probably be here
for
a minute.
Of course. But with my mom, she asked me, hey, how's work? And I'm like, oh, it's normal. It's good. I don't bring up the whole mandate thing. I'm not interested in bringing that up to her because for various reasons, but that's not something I'm interested in presenting to her. Right. I tested the field to make sure how receptive she would be to a contrary opinion, and it's not very much. I'm like, okay, whatever. I came from this lady. I know her. With my old man, when he told me what's up, I told him straight up, yeah, the 8th might be a deadline for me. And he's like, oh, you should consult your doctor about its efficacy. I took it. I'm fine. I just told him, no, it's a religious issue, so I'm not caving on it. And he's not Orthodox. He's like a Seventh-day Adventist. So that's, and then, I have my older brother who's got a whole host of problems, but, he took the lipstick. Good for him, I guess. I don't know. And I got 2 younger siblings who thankfully aren't taking it. They're on the smarter side. They're my half siblings, but my sister is actually, we talked about my sister before, but all things considered, she has a good head on her shoulders. She has a skeptical mindset, so she's determined not, especially because she's having a kid now. So she's pregnant at the moment. So, and she knows, she's eyed into alternative media enough to understand that like this thing is dangerous. So no lipstick for her. And my younger brother is, I don't know where he stands on various issues, but he doesn't want to take it. He hasn't taken it, so good for him. So it's a mixed bag overall. Same with cousins and uncles and aunts. Uncles have taken over. I have a couple of cousins who haven't taken it.
Right,
up in the air. It's a shame because some of these people were young, and we know what it does to what the risk it poses to fertility.
Right. Absolutely.
My godfather took it too, and he called it the Satan juice. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, I took the Satan juice. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I took the lipstick, and he gave me the reason why. Basically, did it to appease his mom, and I'm just like, I was cool at the time, but afterwards, I'm like, my godfather's 10 years younger than me, Ooh. 10 years younger than me, and I want to like grab him by the lapels and be like, bro, you may have sterilized yourself.
Really, that's a difficult situation with your godfather being so much younger. But one of the things that somebody posted in my Telegram group chat for Church of the Eternal Logos, and if people know in the group chat that saw this, please reshare it. But there was a thing on a priest monk from Greece talking about his experience of getting the lipstick, the stabby, and how when he walked out of the stabby center, he was taking off his hat. That all of a sudden he went to the divine liturgy and he was irritated by it. Then he went to sleep and he felt like he was feeling Satan's face. He looked at himself in the mirror. He thought his face was distorted. He noticed that parishioners that are normally engaging with him wouldn't engage and they were turning away from him. That when he was reading prayers to the Theotokos and to Christ, that he felt like the temperature of his blood was rising. And eventually it took him praying and confessing and repenting deeply about the stabbies. And again, and who knows, this is an anecdotal claim from a priest monk in Greece, but he said that, according to the story that I was listening to, the priest telling it, who knew this priest monk, said it sounds like he was eventually exorcised, and when they got the demon that was inside of him that came through the stabby, pushed him and pressed this demon, they said, well, how are you inside of him? And he said that basically there was a satanic ritual regarding all these stabbies, and that it's coming in through the fetal cell tissue. And so that the demonic activity is actually having access to people's body through the fetal cell tissue. Now, I'm just saying, again, somebody who, if anybody's in my Telegram group chat, you guys can check that out.
The priest who's conveying this and knows the priest monk personally who gave that testimony, his name is Father Savas Agior. It is, sorry, that last name is very Greek, but it's Father Savas. Father Peter Hears has had him on his program of Orthodox Ethos.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I mean, I'll drop a link on your Telegram of a particular video that I uploaded of him giving this account. So that'll happen right now. Look at the beauty of internet and the fact that I'm on your Telegram. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love good. It's crazy stuff.
I love your little nomenclature of lipstick. I may have to start using that. That is
because it's a good. I actually saw it like a woman on one of these many TikTok videos brought that up, and I'm like, that's so good because there's no way the sensors are going to pick up on that,
right?
The other one I've heard is Little Devil, but that's a pretty good one too.
Yeah,
I think it might be better than lipstick because you know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna go with the lipstick. I think it's so innocuous and that it won't get picked up by the algorithm, and it's good. It's good.
So and actually, even in the parish, there's like a divide. In my parish, I don't know how things are in your parish, but like my priest, like I'm so blessed to have my priest. Mm-hmm. If I wasn't such a dingus, I wouldn't mind naming him publicly because like priest information, whatever. But basically, he's very staunch against this thing. That experience that you just described. I just posted the link of Father Savas giving that experience on your Telegram channel. So guys, check that out. But I got that from my priest, and he sent that to his parishioners, to a segment of his parishioners. Interesting thing is he didn't blind CC it, as if to let us know, hey, these are the cool people that are in the parish. And then he also threw it to a couple of bishops that he knew within Rollcore. And as far as I'll get to my personal information, but like that's pretty. So like, and they're founding members of my parish who, let's say, yeah, you know me for a while. I'm obviously an intelligent guy. There's people who are like twice as intelligent than I am who fall for this narrative. So it's not about intelligence. It's definitely about it's about the noose.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a spiritual reality. It's a spiritual, just like the doctor. I mean, incredibly learned. If you had him do an IQ test, he'd probably score really high on an IQ test, and yet doing absolutely falling victim to broken brain syndrome. Talking about how the unvaxxed, I mean, it's just like, whoa.
Broken brain syndrome. It's perfect. And check, keep this. Being Orthodox doesn't save you in and of itself. No. You have to be committed. You got to be willing to risk it all.
True.
You can't be lukewarm. No lukewarm people out here. You be hot, you be cold. I want you to be a staunch, militant, intolerable, insufferable Marxist atheist, or you become full Orthodox. One or the other. Otherwise, I don't want you.
Absolutely. Well, brother, you can stay on. I'm going to bring somebody else in. Tyler Galsic. Sounds like a Slavic name. You're coming on in, brother. You got your audio connected? There it is, connecting audio. Tyler, can you connect your audio, brother? I think some people, again, because it's a lag, they may not be hearing me.
It depends on whether they have the stream active or not, and not the Zoom.
Yeah.
I was caught a little off guard, but
Tyler does not have his audio on. We'll go with we'll bring Christy back in. Christy, hopefully you have your audio back on. We are admitting Christy. Christy, do you have your audio on? Can you turn your audio on? No audio for Christy or Tyler. Okay. We're going to bring in Michael of St. Joseph. Oh, Tyler, you got your audio on, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. What's going on, my man?
I'm just here. I'm Calchu Chest on YouTube, by the way. I'm just here to say happy birthday, man. Love your videos.
Oh, thank you so much, my man. Where you reside from?
I'm Canadian, unfortunately.
Oh, my gosh. Well, God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you. I need that.
Where at in Canada?
I'm in southern Ontario, so Waterloo region, near Toronto.
I see. Are you Cradle Orthodox or you convert? Or are you Orthodox, I guess I should ask.
I am not actually at all, no. I was raised Roman Catholic, and like at a really young age, like I was 8 when I started questioning like Catholicism and kind of what I was seeing and everything and being told, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was atheist and all sorts of things for a long time, and then kind of found like spirituality and whatnot, right? And I don't know, just it's been a long journey, but yeah, I've been kind of enjoying the Christian stuff, like revisiting the King James version of the Bible and kind of like interpreting it and everything,
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's great, brother. We did a one-on-one, right?
No.
Okay. I must have you confused with somebody else. I was thinking that we did a one-on-one. It sounds like your backstory is just like somebody that I spoke with.
Yeah, lots of people I know just like similar.
Yeah, well, it was in the same region of Canada too, near Toronto. Yeah, well, brother, I hope you keep going on the journey and move towards orthodoxy. Feel free to hang in here. We got a few more people here in the Zoom. I'm sure you can see them. I'm just going to introduce them. Welcome, Michael of St. Joseph. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you're a little quiet.
Am I a little quiet?
Yeah.
Can I get a little closer to the mic? Maybe. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you
Happy
very
birthday.
much, brother. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been great following you for a little while. I think I dropped in like right before you had like 2,000 subscribers, and now you're about to push 10K. What a
Brother, I don't know if your microphone's actually plugged in. It's very quiet. Check your the microphone on Zoom. What's selected on Zoom? There's a little microphone on the bottom left with an arrow that's upward, and then see what microphone's selected. That might help. All right. Well, Michael just turned off his video and muted his audio. Christy says that I'm not sure how to turn on my audio. I'm using my phone and I have never used Zoom. I really just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Well, thank you so much, Christy. And you should be able to, if you try to find the little microphone, the audio section, and you should be able to turn, would be connecting your audio, turn that on and off. So I'm just throwing everybody in here. We are now adding Jake. Christy says that I'm not sure how to turn on my audio. I'm using my phone and I'm Zoom. I really just want Hey brother, can you turn off the stream? I can hear I can hear the stream in the background.
Find the little microphone, the audio section.
Joseph Day. Yes, I can hear you, brother. Yep. Just turn off because we're going to be 30 seconds ahead of everybody watching.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's up, brother? Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you so much, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Jerry, Exposing Powerful Lies.
Oh, that's you.
Oh,
nice, brother.
Yep.
Hey, well, thank you so much for modding in the live chat.
Dude, it's an honor. It's an honor to be a part of the work. I love the Orthosphere. I've been doing mod for Tristan and Brother Augustine. I was super happy when you let me mod for you. So I'm happy to do it, man.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, man. So tell me a little bit about your story. How did you become Orthodox? Are you Orthodox?
I'm a catechumen now. I've been a catechumen for about 6 or 7 months. And I'd spent about a year or two before that kind of becoming convinced of Orthodoxy, studying it, all of that. Orthodox through Jay Dyer. So same story as I'm sure a lot of people here found his work and started becoming acquainted with the theology. I was raised Christian, but like Protestant on one side, Catholic on the other, and then got out of that. Did the teenage pagan thing and all of that nonsense, and eventually found my way back to Christianity. And when I was talking with Radix, I told her, I said, I thought I knew what Christianity was all about until I found Orthodoxy, and even having going to church every Sunday, realized I don't know anything about this. It turns out I didn't know anything.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just grateful, man. I found a great church. Tristan actually was the one that sent me the address to the church by my house. He's like, bro, it's been long enough. You need to go to church. So I'm like,
hey, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, shout out to Tristan Haggard. That guy, he is a genuine brother. Great guy. God bless him and his family.
Bigot. Yeah, for real. He's great, man.
No, yeah, I love Tristan. Shout out to Tristan Haggard. Shout out to his brother as well. Great guys. Good family. Good family. I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, I'm excited for that debate with Destiny as well, man. That's going to be good. That's going to be actual. It looks like it might be an actual challenge for him, unlike some of the other debates that he's done. Like I just watched.
Oh man, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, I just watched. I didn't know who this Destiny guy was.
Can you hear me better now? I think I found the right thing to slide up and down a little.
Oh, yeah, Michael, you are still really quiet.
Really?
But one second here.
I do want to point out the irony that in Michael's video, he has a gigantic mic in his face, but the mic is so quiet.
I know. It's crazy. I'm trying.
It must, Mike. You might have the wrong mic being picked up because that thing is right next to your mouth and it's so quiet.
See, this is my webcam.
Well,
right
that
here.
sounds better, to be honest.
Okay. All right, then we'll just go with that.
Yeah, that sounds quite a bit louder.
That's good.
Okay, so Michael, welcome, brother. And by the way,
thank you.
We have Father Deacon in here as well.
Father Deacon.
So, but Michael, you said that you started watching back in 2000 subs.
Yeah. So the first thing that I found from you was, I believe your discussion on neoteny, as in kind of like the infantilization of men and things like this, and I thought that was fairly interesting.
Right.
And I think I caught you on Twitter once. I've since deleted Twitter because Twitter is terrible. But there was the bunch of hubbub about the aerial toll houses and things like that. And I think you were still a catechumen at that time. Are you still a catechumen, or have you been baptized now? Or?
No, I was chrismated in last year.
Oh, awesome! That's excellent. Yeah, so that has been a little while. Well, anyways, you were showing off all your books, and I couldn't help but see the similarities.
Oh, nice! You got
Nice.
your Arabian Nights book and a bunch of other stuff, and then I have an H.G. Wells book with a similar kind of look. So I thought that was kind of funny. I wonder if it's a similar publisher or anything like that. But like I was trying to say, happy birthday.
Well, thank you so much, brother.
You're doing well. So
I really appreciate that. Where are you at in the world?
Yeah, so I am rightly Midwest. So I guess you could say, as specific as I'll get is KC area. So
okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So you're definitely over in the Plain States.
Yeah. The flyover country, as a lot of other people like to refer to it as. But
those are good places to be.
Here, so. Yeah. So we'll start the homestead and start our own little Midwest empire soon.
Oh, nice. Are you married?
No, I'm not. That would be nice though. We'll get there eventually.
Are you interested in my Deacon Ananias matchmaking service?
Is that in addition to your philosophy classes? Is it two?
I kid you not. I was actually thinking about putting it up on the Patristic Faith website.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. They definitely go hand in hand.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. So
that would end up being a self-sustaining ministry for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to take over the world for sure. So we don't need any of this other nonsense.
Father Deacon, how are you?
No refunds, though.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Many years. God grant you many years. God grant you many years.
Oh, can we coordinate a song that? Let's do it.
Yeah,
all
let's
right.
Let's do a countdown. I'll do it. When I say and a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, then we do it. Okay? We all rehearsed. Everyone has their mics open.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna get it going. And a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. God grant you many years.
God grant you many years. God grant you many
and many more.
Years.
Wow.
So I've tried this in my classes too on Zoom. It doesn't work because it's not synchronized.
I don't know. It sounded
terrible.
it almost sounded angelic on this end.
Congratulations, 54 years old, dude. I'm so proud of you.
I know. Don't I look good for my age?
That's what I always tell people. I just increased my age by 10 years. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. It's they're like, orthodoxy's amazing. I'm like, you should convert, man. It's the fountain of youth.
It's really good for the skin.
Yeah, that's right.
It puts the lotion on the skin, that's for sure.
Well, it was good talking with you, brother. I'm gonna hop off. Father Deacon.
Hey,
good to
thank
see
you so much,
well.
man, for modding in the chat. God bless you, man.
Absolutely.
God bless you and yours.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless Father Deacon, Gabriel. Gabriel, I really like that lipstick. I'm going to start using that as well.
It looks great on you. It really does.
Thank you. Yeah. Red's my color. Red's definitely my color. Exposing Powerful Eyes, hopping out. Y'all have a good night. Happy birthday, brother.
God bless, Jerry.
Boss.
Father, how you doing today, man? What you up to?
Just getting our website up, man. I'm not going to announce we've got until later, but we've got secured some really amazing, famous people today. So on our website that we'll be hosting.
Famous. Is this A-list famous?
A-list.
Wow.
Nick Cage.
I figured eventually he was going to convert. I just had a feeling. It was. I think it was after watching City of Angels. I just felt like eventually he was going to make the leap.
You know, I met him in person.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, he used to. When I lived in California, when I was an undergrad, we used to go to see this. And they actually did music for the soundtrack of Pulp Fiction. But the Blue Hawaiians, they were like this kind of surf Vegas rock kind of thing in this place called the Lava Lounge and on Sunset Strip. And it was in a strip mall, and it was this lava lounge. And I mean, it was just straight out of like a Quentin Tarantino movie or something. It was really funny. And like that was his band. He came there, and I can even tell you what his favorite beer is, Guinness.
Are you? So this is 100% accurate.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And this is before Dyer?
This was like 2001, 1999 to 2002, 2003 maybe.
Yeah, I like Faye said. So I guess you can say things are getting pretty serious.
Actually. Chase!
Yo, what up?
Chase, my man. God, I just gave you a
look at all those pedals, dude.
Man,
I
know you. What you been clicking pedals over there? What's going on?
That's what I do for a living. I just turn stuff on and off. I just sit here and the lights come on, people watch, they take pictures. It's an easy job. It's great.
Oh man, my brother Chase Haggard, nephew of Merle Haggard.
That's right.
That's right. Yep. Happy birthday, Patrick. I forgot our birthdays are one day apart. So tomorrow's my birthday stream, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So where are we gonna host it? Here?
I guess so.
Oh man. I forgot that birthdays happen once a year. Oh yeah.
Did anybody ask you what'd you do to celebrate?
Do what? I didn't hear you.
Did you do anything to celebrate?
Not really. I'm working on school research. So I basically from 11 today till 4:30 was writing a paper, working on research, and then went to dinner, lunch with my parents. We went to a Greek pizzeria and had a few IPAs.
Oh, you're Greek now. You joined the EP, eh?
Yeah.
You're Go Arch now, yeah?
Yeah. I just really love their archbishop, and I just felt like he'd be a good pastor of my soul. So I decided to make the jump.
A good asset.
Yeah.
Michael Cisco's in the house, dude. What up?
Hey, what's going on?
Long time no see.
Cisco, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. Just getting some light reading in, you know.
There you go. Who'd you rob that from?
My parish library.
Yeah.
Did you ask who did you steal that from?
Yeah.
Who did you steal?
I was like, I can sell this on Amazon for $1,300.
Hey, what's the? Hey, speaking of, if we're gonna do share and tell,
We are.
check out this book. Maybe you haven't seen this before.
Not
of this world.
Oh, I have not seen that one.
I have not had a chance to read that one.
Is that his biography?
This is the life and
again, Father.
teaching. Yeah.
What's that? Are you printing fake books again?
Total scam artist. There's like actually nothing in here. It's just the blank pages.
He got me again.
That's his.
We'll put that on. We'll put that on our webpage too, right?
That's his biography, right, Father Deacon?
Yeah, exactly. That's a fat book. Let's see how many pages.
It's huge. There's so much material on Father Seraphim Rose. It's such a blessing.
It's 1,000 pages.
And then he also has the letters, which is in a separate book. It's so much stuff that this guy has written.
Yeah, it's so great that Ancient Faith Radio has done such an extensive series on Father Seraphim Rose. You know,
Can you imagine what a blessing it would be if they actually did that?
but
know,
they
right?
won't. They can't because of the subject matter. It's too political.
Michael, I want to
Too
call you out.
political.
You didn't read out my super chat slot the other night.
Oh, shots fired. Michael,
Honestly, I mean, I
think-
apologize.
I
It was
think
hard to keep
Mr.
up.
Congressman over here, he's just getting too big for his britches.
I think it's fine because he didn't expect it to become the council that it became. But it's not good for people who donate to you to see like, oh, if I give money to Michael, he won't read my super chat. Okay, I get it.
I didn't even know I missed one. So I apologize.
You missed two, one on YouTube and one on the preferred platform.
It's actually
Really?
not Patrick's birthday, Michael. We're all here to talk to you about super chats. This is not.
Yeah,
it's not.
it's an
Patrick's birthday.
intervention.
It's an intervention.
It's
So
an
we have clergy here.
There's a bunch of people here that just love you like crazy. And do you remember the intervention series?
Yeah. We care about you, and we're just concerned with where your life is headed.
There's a bunch of people here that love you like crazy, and we're just.
Chase, I got a question for Chase, man. How's the music coming? You been producing stuff lately?
Yeah, I'm me and some people from that I actually met through the Orthodox Discord. We're working on some stuff. I've been mixing and then just working, but nothing coming out yet. I'm saving up. I'm following other people's lead and getting a big back catalog before I actually release something, so that it's not just like a little drop, in the ocean. It's like you got a bunch of stuff to follow up with. So hopefully by the end of this year.
Nice. Well, whenever you decide you're going to make a trip down the old Tennessee to see Dyer, let me know. I may accompany you on that trip.
Yeah,
Chase is actually coming up with a new cover, Benny and the Jets. So in Montanica, we did this. It ended so well. I was just talking to Chasing Logos, Chase, the other Chase, and we were saying the best part about Montanica was just the fraternalism, and I was bummed. I was really bummed that I didn't want to let you guys go. That it was like a taste of like heaven, like having all the bros there, and it ended so well. Chase Haggard's rental. That all the musicians had brought their guitars and Dustin had brought his sax, and we just jammed the night away.
Oh, dude. Dustin's sax was great.
Yeah, it's me, Dustin, and then a guy in the UK are working on some stuff.
Oh,
so
really?
It should be pretty good. Yeah, and I think we're gonna call it the Ambiguum because it's like lo-fi, like kind of chill stuff, but then it's gonna be like subtly orthodox.
That's great.
What is this Montanica thing you guys speak of? I don't know what you're talking about.
That was an intervention for Jay.
Yeah, you weren't actually invited. Actually, you turned us down. You
turned us down. You were too good for us.
Again, I think the whole Congress thing's getting to him.
I'm not even in Congress.
I have important political things to tend to. Wasn't that your line? I have important political things to tend to.
It was actually a much more annoying. It was my real job. But hey, with maybe we'll have our future events will be hosted by patristicfaith.com.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Michael, I haven't told him the good news yet. We'll wait to announce like the big superstars we got today.
We'll wait to announce.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm drinking in celebration of David Patrick Harry's birthday, so I'm sure it'll slip.
Oh, well, Michael, cheers then. I got a couple fingers of Kentucky bourbon here. I know you're just over yonder in the Western Virginia mountains there.
The moonshine state.
There you go. Cheers.
I was kidding. I was kidding, but I have some somewhere. I generally always have whiskey within arm's reach, so.
You're really
didn't I hear you?
Quick.
Didn't I hear you the other day saying, "Poor me, Pour me another drink.
It's not actually that frequent when I drink. I just happen to have.
I can stop anytime I want.
It's
Hey,
very
back off. I was
infrequent,
thirsty.
Hey, quick shout out to a couple of gentlemen who have joined who haven't talked yet. Our good buddy, Greek friend Pano,
Welcome.
and Alex Bennis. I love you and your wonderful, sweet mother. Please turn on that audio and hop on, my friend. Shout out to Alex and Pano. There's Alex. What's going on, bro?
Oh, check out your dorm room, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Got his icon corner, that's for sure.
Heck yeah.
How you
What's
doing,
going
my
on?
man?
Well, first of all, happy birthday.
Well, thank you so
Congratulations.
much. I appreciate it.
But I decided I didn't want to leave Montana, so I just decided to stay around in Helena. So
There you go.
I'm here now. Yep.
And you got father as a philosophy professor?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I actually got his class tomorrow. So haven't done the reading yet. So I'll get on that.
Oh,
dang. Exposed online to the public.
The whole world knows now. The whole orthosphere.
I know.
I just
Sorry,
red
guys.
pilled. Alex will tell you our last
Oh, that's
class
great.
yesterday. I red pilled everybody. I gave them a whole history of the CIA and
Yeah, it was awesome.
And
we were talking about
tied into
Plato's
cave. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Do you tell them how basically the fascistic republic is what we're up against right now?
Yeah, more or less. That's what he went off on. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yes.
Everyone was into it. It was great.
I love it. That's got to be really rewarding though for father to be in a more conservative based area where you can riff on the red pill and people appreciate.
I'll do whatever I want up here.
Do you ever use Alex as like a plant to ask leading questions to them?
I should. That's a great.
It's funny you brought that up.
Funny you should say that.
I just have this paper right here that I just wrote.
Well, Alex is already pretty good. Like we know each other well enough and on the same page that he'll just automatically bring up the right responses and questions. So I don't even have to plan it out, but that is a good idea.
Yeah,
dude, we'll have a script going. We'll have a script. We'll have the whole thing set up.
Yeah.
Hey, is Pano here yet?
Pano is in here. He hasn't turned his mic on. But Alex, how are you liking Montana?
Really great. We're at a Catholic school up here, so that's honestly been a little bit iffy. Yeah, so I love the state. Really beautiful.
Alex is a real go-getter, man. He's bringing all the students to liturgy.
Really?
Yeah. Like, how many did you bring last time on Sunday? 5
or so. Yeah.
Dang, boy.
But two trad cats bailed on us, so we were supposed to have 7, but 2 of them couldn't make it. So
if Orthodox history should teach you anything, it's hard to depend on the Catholics.
That's true. But yeah, so I mean, I've been working pretty hard to get people going. I've had my my roommate come with me basically like every time. So he's a Catholic also. I feel like, most of the people here are Catholics, and they just absolutely like love Orthodoxy. They look at us like we're like we're like magical, like superhumans or something. It's like, oh, whoa, like they have so many questions. They got, so it's really fun. Actually, it's really quite easy to bring people.
Was father pulling a rabbit out of a hat again?
Yeah, basically. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been great. So I've had this theology professor who's been like horrendous. I've been, complaining to Father Deacon Ananias about it. I mean, I don't know if she's even Catholic or something, but she's been like posting pictures of the Theotokos where she's like black and like they don't give Christ a halo in the icon she's showing, and she always like opens class with like a weird prayer service that isn't really
and a Ouija board.
Yeah, it's
really weird. It's getting really weird.
I mean, it's not far off, but so my theology class is definitely my least favorite class there. The lady that
chicken bones and like coffee grounds and like seances.
Is she some kind of perennialist?
I mean,
She's
kind of
Catholic. Like
she says she. Well, the thing is, she hasn't actually said she's Catholic. She's always talking about like. Remember on the first day, she's like, just taking the space in the room around you and like feel the energy of all the other students.
Ask her when you guys get to study Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like it's weird. It's a weird.
You should have been like, I'm getting some major bad vibes and bad auras from coming from you and the rest of the students.
Yeah.
And I think that you've calcified all your pineal glands.
Yeah, that should probably get you extra credit, actually. Show her your Tom's toothpaste.
Yeah, that's right.
You're totally right. My vibe's off. I can't teach class today. My vibe's off. You guys teach me. You teach me.
Well, Alex is good. He's been calling her out on her unjustified presuppositions.
I'm sure that's sticking it where the sun don't shine. That's for sure.
So what I'm gonna do, Alex, next time what we'll do is we'll hook in that little mic in the ear, and I'll be like, tell her this. Ask her.
We'll script all the questions. You'll have it all planned out for me. It'll be perfect. Just don't know what's going on.
So Pinot, Joseph Day, and Jake, turn on your mics, guys. Welcome. They have not introduced themselves.
My mics are on. I don't have my headphones on, so I don't want there to be any reverb. So I might unmute myself when I'm not talking.
Yeah. Well, just turn off the stream. As long as the stream's not on behind you, you're good, brother. How you been, Pano?
Oh, I've been doing very well. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you so much, brother. How you and the fans doing? Go ahead. Somebody's saying something.
I have to apologize to Pano because he tried to get on the stream Monday night and didn't let him on because it was either we were reaching the limit and I knew that I couldn't get Whitcoff or Dyer.
So it's all good.
And I think somebody else tried to come on too, Patrick of New Jersey. So
I'm not familiar with him.
Sorry for those who didn't make it on Monday. I did not expect it to.
No, we had a great. I got done streaming and I saw you and Father on your channel talking about the fiasco at AFR, and so I just mentioned God bless you guys in the chat. And then you said, well, hop on in. And then I saw the link. So I joined. And then Brother Augustin joined. And then Pano briefly joined. And then Jay Dyer joined.
Yeah, that happened all unplanned and rando.
No, that was a great stream.
Yeah.
Joseph Day, welcome, brother.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on, man? Where are you from?
I'm from Alabama.
That's a beautiful, beautiful state. What's going on, man?
I just got off work. Sorry for looking shaggy, but I just wanted to tell you, first of all, I got so elated whenever I think it was a couple of days ago, whenever you did one of your streams, you showed off that book, like that St. John of Damascus book.
Yes.
Because I'm newly illumined, right? I was baptized on the 11th.
Glory to God.
And I was that was one of my baptismal gifts. It was that book, and I was like, oh, that's so cool,
dude. It's a great book. St. John Damascus is the real deal.
Yeah, I read like 3 chapters today, and I was like, oh, that was short, and I was like, that was really,
timeless. It was timeless. It sounds. He reads like something could have been written like 10 years ago.
Oh,
Did you read the philosophical chapters, or was it the exposition of the Orthodox faith chapters that you were reading?
No, it was like just the beginning of the book, past like the pre-thing of the font of knowledge. I didn't even read the font of knowledge part.
Chapters.
I didn't read that part yet. I just straight went to the first chapter because I read the introduction. I was like, okay, but it was cool.
Dude, that's a great book.
I love the precept he does there, the relativists at the beginning of Fount of Knowledge. That's really funny.
Yeah, I love how because like usually whenever I read books or whatever like that, because I'm not a big reader, I'm from Alabama, right? So I like this is it like it's so great because like one of the first chapters where like it's like telling you, okay, so like this is like what philosophy is, right? You don't have to like question yourself. So like, what am I reading? What even is philosophy? And you like don't even have to like put your own thing into it or like that. It's like, but even then, he's like, I think he says like, I don't know. You know what he says? You read the book. Everybody's read this book. What am I talking? But yeah, I'm really happy. Like my birthday was on the 19th.
Oh, congratulations,
And,
man. How old are you?
I'm 23 now. I just
23.
turned 23.
I'm 32. I'm an
Yeah.
old man.
Hey, that's cool.
What jurisdiction are you in, man?
I'm in the OCA. I go to Saint Simeon the New Theologian Orthodox Church in Birmingham.
Nice.
And yeah, I love my spiritual father, Father Alexander, and all the people there. They're so nice and wonderful.
Well, I know, right? That's one of the, and Father can speak on this. Same with Cisco and Pinot and Alex. Is that it's so interesting about Orthodoxy is like when you find a good parish, the fellowship. No matter the ages, the people, there is such good and genuine fellowship. You literally build real relationships because everybody's there is for a literal worship of Christ and the Trinity. And so I feel like that was one of the biggest differences I noticed getting into Orthodoxy. And it maybe just my limited exposure, but the churches I went to was the fellowship after service.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's what culture is, and there's none of it today. And it's really refreshing. I mean, that's why people go to. I feel like at least that's why people absorb themselves inside of partying and all that, because it's okay, let's have a society. Let's see if what these other people are thinking about or whatever like that. At least that's why I think. At least maybe. But yeah, of course.
Well, hey, glory to God, brother. I'm so glad that you're brought into the church. That's great.
I am
absolutely.
I am
great.
too. I have Jay Dyer to thank mostly for it.
I think most of us do.
Yeah.
He helped me on my journey as well.
Well, I mean, because the guy's so coherent. I mean,
Right.
he speaks.
I mean,
about
even
a lot
though
of-
he's a transphobe, homophobe, which I'm still upset with.
Well, I'm from Alabama, so it's probably the normal thing to do.
A literal Nazi incel.
A literal redneck waffen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, glory to God, man. Great for being here. Really appreciate you chiming in. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes, man.
Of course, man.
Jake, you mind introducing yourself, brother?
Hey, David. Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much,
letting me on here.
Oh, of course, man. How you doing? Where are you from?
Good. I'm from Michigan.
Okay, so you're just north of the border here for me.
Yep. I've been down to Indiana a bunch of times. Beautiful state. We got a crazy governor up here. I'm thinking about maybe fleeing soon, but
my Episcopate's in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I've spoke with you guys a few on the Discord a few times, Father Deacon.
That's right.
You really helped me out a lot in my journey here. I was baptized on Pascha this year. So
glory to God.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, shout out for Father and all the work he does. Father Deacon Dr. Ananias, incredible gentleman.
You know, I actually have a question, if that's okay. That's what I was calling in for.
It's fine, brother.
So, it's kind of been bothering me. I want to know what you guys think about this.
Okay.
So, Jordan Peterson, right? So,
no.
to me, he seems like he's some type of sort of controlled opposition. He's been on Joe Rogan a whole bunch of times. He's been propped up. He has associations with McGill University, Harvard. He kind of pushes this sort of Gnosticism, watered down Christianity mixed with scientism, and just something's up with this guy, and it doesn't seem right. He's kind of put in this position for a reason. So, my question is, why does he put Orthodoxy on the radar at all? Why is he even allowed, if he is who I think he is, why is he even allowed to talk about it? If that's sort of what's being hidden the most from us, if that's what the true church is, if that's what the truth is, it seems like he's sort of put that out into the popular, realm of our culture, Like, what's the reason for that if he is controlled opposition? Why even bother talking about it? Why even let that sort of out there? It's just sort of bothered me for a while.
Well, Father, you want to go ahead first? I got something I'd like to say.
Really quick, can I answer that? Because I found orthodoxy through Jordan Peterson.
I did too.
So really quick, I just want to.
Depends what you mean by Jordan Peterson.
Well, it depends on what you mean by lipstick. So I want to bring it through here now that with Jordan Peterson, I think it's a bit of like, since he's situated in like a Jungian worldview, I think generally speaking he's considered safe, and I don't think his interest in orthodoxy isn't strong enough to make him like a serious threat to like the world hegemony. Like his interest in orthodoxy is like nominal. He never really gets really deep into it, and it's clear that he's an atheist. So my 2 cents of why he's allowed to speak and I agree with you. I think he's a gatekeeper of controlled opposition, but I think it's just that it's only like a flavor, and he only really talks to one particular Orthodox individual who I will not name. We all know who it is.
Yep.
And so it's just like it's one thing if he talks to like Jay Dyer, right? Like, or Father Dr. Deacon Ananias, which I think would be a great, because Father Deacon Dr. Ananias isn't involved in the quote unquote controversy that Jay is, but they have the same opinion. But if it's one thing if he was associated with those guys as opposed to who he is right now. But since it's only that one individual, he's safe, because like a lot of people just think as the Orthodox guy who he's associated with is a token member who shows up on his podcast every once in a while.
So
that's
shots fired.
my thoughts. But no. Like, I'm not attacking that guy. I think he's the reason I converted as well. So I just want to. That's my 2 cents. Now, as East Lebs, go give your opinion.
Yeah, do any of you guys have anything to say about that?
Yeah.
It's just sort of baffling to me. He's the reason I discovered orthodoxy too, and now looking back, he's he's really problematic, and it just makes me question, what's going on with that.
Well, again, I'll let Father Deacon speak on this, but for me, I did not find orthodoxy through Jordan Peterson. He was certainly a catalyst in the post-2016 sort of countercultural conservative movement that Donald Trump, Jordan Peterson, all these different figures kind of helped promulgate. I noticed recently, I was going to do a stream on it, is Jordan Peterson advocating for the stabbies. I don't know if you guys saw recently.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you saw that too. That recently he made a whole comment about, well, basically, my opinion, he said it on, I saw it yesterday, and I'm not a Steven Crowder fan whatsoever, but I saw he was on Steven Crowder, and so I flipped to it because the topic was the COOF. And so I knew that they were going to ask him about the stabbies, and previously he made a comment in some other podcast that basically he's in favor, he thinks everybody should get it, that we think that clearly it's beneficial, and that we're going to open up in January, talking about Canada. We're going to open up in January, and if you haven't got it, well, then you're just out of luck. And I'm thinking, how disconnected from reality do you have to be to not understand like all the harmful side effects that people are already talking about? How disconnected do you have to be from this, like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, bucko, and then, but if you're unstabbed, you don't get to participate. Sorry. And all I could think about is our Orthodox theology, the noose, and how, God bless him. Clearly, he's gone through a lot of things. He was he had his benzo drug addiction at the height of his popularity, and so all I can think is that he is a struggling person, as we all are, but the disconnect between what we know scientifically, especially when he, every statement is so scientific and objective. It's like all I can think about is that his noose must be very dark, as all of ours are to some degree. But to hear him talk about the COOF and the stabbies was really, really disheartening when again, most people, because the boomer Orthodox, and I'm sure Father can speak to this, almost every boomer Orthodox priest I know likes Jordan Peterson. And yet, when it comes down to like promoting orthodoxy, or at least like the real central problems we have in our culture, he comes up weak. So, Father, what are your thoughts on Peterson and his sort of advocacy of the COOF, the Stabbies, and his like tangential relationship to orthodoxy through Pagio?
So when it comes to stuff, I have kind of a gradation within kind of epistemological commitments. So there's things that I might say, I have no idea. And there's things that, look, there's stuff out there and there's evidence for, to the next stage, there's getting more evidence, something looks to be the case, to, I don't know 100%, but it looks pretty bad that, or this is, looks pretty much like this is the case, to things that would just be, yeah, I could affirm that. So part of the way that you do that too is just kind of looking at patterns and evidence, things that people have been involved in and stuff like that. So I don't know for sure exactly about Jordan Peterson. There's at least enough evidence that he's been involved in left-wing writing one of the UN documents.
Right.
That's why am I bringing that up? It's because he's portrayed as this kind of fighting the left,
right,
the conservative right wing,
right,
even though he doesn't identify as Christian. It's something that right wingers can identify with. From what I've seen in his history, and I don't know this 100%, but it's pretty good evidence given his history and what he's been involved in. I think he's no friend of the conservative boomers.
Right.
I think that he's probably, given what I've seen, committed to some left-wing ideologies. And you've even seen him talk about this. And remember, he puts everything in kind of Jungian archetypes and stuff like that, which is problematic in itself. But he has, no, the left needs the right, and the right needs the left, and they're a bounce. So he's got this kind of like dialectics. And I've seen him actually say that the reason why he's come down so hard on the left and cancel culture is because it'll have a reaction among the right, and the real enemies are the right-wing nationalists, that if you get them, if you aggravate them, then that's the real problem.
Right.
And so I don't know for sure, but I tend to have some intuitions that I'm like, he's there to keep conservatives on the ranch. And I'm not identifying as a conservative or anything like that. I'm just kind of giving my analysis of, let's suppose he is controlled opposition. And the question is like, well, what is he doing with Orthodox? Well, even if you're controlled opposition, doesn't mean everything in your life is controlled. Like, he's exposed, he lives a normal life in other areas and stuff like that. And so he's been exposed to Orthodoxy, and I'm sure personally there's things that he likes about it. But oftentimes, this is a very Western mindset, because I've seen this in Protestants too. Oh, I love Orthodoxy. Like that's what I subscribe to, but I'm not baptized. Well, it's this idea that everything's in the marketplace of ideas, and I can just kind of pick and choose, but I don't have to actually make a real commitment being born into and grafted into a community and living right. And in one sense, it's very Gnostic, right? The realm and marketplace of ideas that I get just to pick and choose, but I'm never committed, right? It's always I first, and I get to pick. But it is a sacrifice to lay down your life for the entire community and become part of that community. And so just as you see sometimes in Protestants that think that orthodoxy is the best and like yet they won't become Orthodox. I would imagine that Jordan Peterson has been exposed and there's things that he likes about Orthodoxy, but it's still in the marketplace of ideas.
Right.
It's nothing tangible, and it's not a real lived life experience.
Right.
So that's kind of my take. I don't know exactly. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he probably does find particular things interesting in Orthodoxy, and who knows what God could do through that. Like maybe God could break his union paradigms and bring him into the faith. Like,
I hope so.
And
I mean,
because you guys went. Oh, I'm sorry, Patrick.
Remember in that conversation with Jonathan Paggio, he talked about how his wife was asking him, or at least forcing the family to pray before they eat, and all this different stuff, and she was taking it more seriously after her close call with cancer. And then he was near tears, asking Paggio why he needs to believe in the literality of Christ, and that it seems like that the myth has to meet reality, and and yet then then a few streams later, all of a sudden he's way back out in left field. And now this whole stabby stuff, it's like, dude, what is going on? Like, how
didn't he reach out to Paggio and wanted to like do psychedelics together or something like that?
Yeah, Paggio, shared a story about him wanting to do mushrooms together.
I mean, it's crazy because like if you go on Amazon right now and you buy a copy of the Gulag Archipelago, he wrote the introduction to it, which is really crazy. And you think about his whole, I guess, I mean, he really averse to the idea of the Oedipal mother, right? And he tried to get people into the idea of, strength over security, over protection and whatnot. And then you look at this whole situation with the Stabus, and it seems like he's completely collapsed in on that. Like, you're falling back into the protection over strength narrative there. Like, you're not going to strengthen your immune system. You're going to just fall back on this mark that everyone's forced to get now. And I'm like, how can you've lectured on the gulags and on Solzhenitsyn and on tyranny, and you've studied totalitarian systems. And if you study totalitarian systems, doesn't this ring a bell at all?
You would think.
I mean, I'm boggled by this. I mean, my mind is boggled, I should say.
It's a strong element is that Jordan Peterson doesn't buy into the idea of God being an actual reality, that God he has to answer for his actions for his creator. Can I just take a quick aside here? A quick paragraph that perfectly answers the whole literalism of God being important by Father Seraphim Rose. On topic a little bit. It's an ill excerpt from Father Seraphim Rose nihilism about his philosophy of the absurd. Absurdism is the last proof that Christian truth is absolute and uncompromising, or else it is the same as no truth at all. And if there is no truth, if Christian truth is not to be understood literally and absolutely, key ingredient right there, if God is dead, if there is no immortality, then this world is all there is, and this world is absurd. This world is hell. Basic and line is, if you don't believe in God, doesn't matter. Like, you can't believe in virtue, you can't hold on to it. If you don't actually believe that God is physically real, that he exists, that's why he gets so scared of it when he brings about it.
When he comes on, I'm just gonna introduce you when we come on.
Someone's talking on their iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone. Welcome. Who's on the iPhone?
This is the based Orthodox boomer grandparents.
Oh,
hey,
Alexandra.
Is that you?
Alexandra, and my phone won't go any louder. But I have here my husband, the former Deacon Elias Union. I guess you guys can't see us?
No, you have your camera off.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Oh, hang on. I don't know. It's an iPhone 12, so I don't.
Okay, well, there should be an option for start video on your phone.
All right. Oh, I see it. Okay, hang on. Gotcha.
There you go.
There we go.
How are you all?
We are great. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. How are you guys doing in your Orthodox compound up there?
The ballroom is almost finished, so we're
excellent.
ready. We're ready to have Californica.
California.
With you guys, not Californication, of course. Pretty soon, and yes. So, David, Patrick, you're very blessed because tomorrow and the next day we'll be celebrating the feast of Saint Silouan over here at the monastery.
Oh, glory to God.
Glory to God.
I saw your comment that it's the first time since 2019, right? That's
yes,
amazing.
Exactly. But I just really wanted you to meet my husband because if anyone is based and Orthodox and a boomer, well, he might even be too old to be a boomer.
Based boomer, what's that?
Oh, guys, it's Super Boomer. It's him.
Uber boomer, I like that.
No, there's an insight.
Anyway, and he's getting hearing aids soon. Unfortunately, my phone volume, I wonder if I can turn the volume up on here too. Can I?
No, I mean, we're hearing you fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you're coming through perfect.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. I see a little thing for speaker. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
now we can hear you.
Oh,
Anyway, so yes, we bless you. We love you. And pretty soon our icon shop will be up and running again. And
Yes.
you can go up to our Union of All Icons. This is one of Father Luke Dingman's I think it's Saint Innocent. Yeah, Saint Innocent of Alaska.
Oh, beautiful.
So we'll have all those up there.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll send you one, Patrick. for a
Please do.
present.
I'd be very appreciative. I saw.
All right.
Because last time we spoke, your husband, he was doing all the dirty work. You're just walking around giving a thumbs up or thumbs down like the Emperor of Rome.
Well, I am a controlaholic, ex-feminist, liberal, Berkeley intellectual.
Oh,
so
well,
I have a
God-
lot of repenting and
God bless him.
recovery to do. So
God bless him. He must have the patience of Job.
he's a saint. Don't tell him I said that. All right, so we will let you guys go, and we look forward to having you here in person.
No, I can't wait.
I think our ballroom, I think it'll fit 80 to 100 people. And then, of course, you'll have to take an infrared sauna and wander around in the Red Hills up here.
You're going to be scanning our vaccine passports as well to get on site.
This is the problem. I don't even want to open to the public now because I don't
know.
really
Don't. At
I
this
know.
point, I wouldn't, because they're going to
Just
try to
keep
hit you with all these different, irregularities or violations.
Irregularities. Perfect.
Yeah. So we are totally unvaxxed. We take all our vitamins. We have our supply of hydroxy, erythromycin, and the dreaded, horse medicine.
Horse pills.
No, we have the paste, but we haven't had to take any yet. We
Right.
just stay on top of the immune system. But God bless you so much
Oh,
for
thank you
all
so
of your
much.
streams.
Thank
And
you
we
so
love
much.
you, and we're praying for you.
And happy
Absolutely.
birthday.
And honey, give him a blessing. A former deacon. No, that's the wrong hand.
Thank you so much. God bless you
Okay.
guys. Love you guys, and may God's continue to bless your guys' project. I guarantee you, it's going to affect so many people in the future. So, I mean, just the candles and the icons already are affecting people, but
Oh, amen. Yeah, and we got to get some more of these unbased boomers over here and give them red pills.
I know. Well, hopefully, at least there's a single light in the dim abyss of California.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Okay, brothers.
All
Bye.
right. See ya. Bye, y'all. God bless.
Patrick, new idea for the website.
Yes, what's that?
Horse toothpaste.
I love it. Fluoride free. Cleans your pineal.
Not for human consumption.
Don't swallow.
Yeah.
I can confirm that it works now. A friend has COVID and took the horse paste, and apparently it works. So.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. I saw it's just so difficult to get. I know at least where I'm at in Indiana, none of the CVSs or the Walgreens will actually allow.
No, you got to order it online.
Yeah, they won't even give it to you. So I was in talks with some people in India, but they wanted my routing information to pay for it.
I can hook you up, Patrick. So I'll send you a link. Maybe I don't know. I gotta send you an email. I'll send you an email with a link where you can buy it. I bought 4 cases for $15 each.
Whoa,
so I got to go,
dude.
But this is not the human stuff. It's the horse stuff. But the horse stuff is same as the human grade stuff. It's the same producer. So a little bit of dosing information. But I'll send you the goods.
But more powerful.
I know a guy, but you got to pay him in Google Play gift cards or Target gift cards as well. It's really safe. I know a lot of people who have talked to him on the phone. He fixed my computer.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened to the other Chase? He was in here.
I know Chase was in here. Yeah, Chase, but not Chase Haggard. Where's he
It's
at?
me, guys.
Long time no talk, Chase.
I just sent you an email, Father. I already read.
Hey, brother. What's going on, my man?
Looking good, Chase. What up?
Hey, buddy. I had to let everybody know that Cisco called me the George Soros of Orthodoxy. No, don't do that.
Cisco is stepping on everybody's toes around here.
Hey, man, I just meant that you're a philanthropist, okay? You're contributing to the movement. You're funding us. In fact, we can further solidify your status with a cash app to me to pay my way to a certain state that I don't like to go to later this in October, but I won't say why or for what. So.
Well,
Chase, resend it to me. I didn't get it.
Well, I'm busy right now.
Well, yeah, when you're not so busy.
Chase, what you been up to,
sorry,
man? I saw that you're moving. You're leaving Tennessee right now. You're moving south, or?
I was just down in Tennessee. I was talking to Father about how Montana was awesome because I met a gentleman. Y'all know him as Jeremiah.
Yeah.
He was down in Tennessee. He invited me down immediately and stayed with him for a day or two. Went to his parish. Knoxville was really nice. I was down in the Smokies. Drove through Indiana. Didn't say hi to you. Sorry.
Come on, man.
Hey, but I see that you're drinking some bourbon there. So when I'm moving down from Iowa, I'll stop in and we can have a party.
I'm doing a little Four Roses, small batch, Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, Kentucky. So,
dude, I like Kentucky. They were the last ones, like the Stabby Rebellion. How there's 28 states now that are against Biden's federal mandate. Kentucky was the last state to join. I was really surprised by that.
I'm not. That's why I'm not there. I'm pretty sure that. See, they have a governor that just won in. The governor before his name was Bevin. He was a pretty conservative guy. They kicked him out. The unions got him out. The state's been kind of struggling, especially during COVID. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Wow. So where you at right now? Are you looking to move to Tennessee or further south or what?
So I'm looking for a rebel state. I went to Tennessee. It's really nice, but in 2 weeks I'm going down to Florida, checking out. There's a monastery outside of Gainesville I'm gonna go check out. And I'm gonna go to St. Petersburg. There's a big road court cathedral down there. I'm gonna check out, just kind of see what Florida has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there. My mom just got a place down near Fort Myers, so I have options. So we'll see. Not Mississippi. I know you like Mississippi, but yeah. No,
was it you? Was it you, Patrick, that was telling that you wanted to go to Mississippi?
Well, I'm open to, since I guess we're going to just take all our private business and throw it out in the public. All
right.
I was very sympathetic to a transition towards the southern states. I apparently I don't have the thickest skin as father to withstand 6 months of winter. But we were talking about maybe, it'd be ideal if we had 4 locations around the U.S. where it was a sort of Orthodox hubs, West Virginia being one, Montana being one, maybe Arizona near the monastery down there being one, and maybe somewhere in the Deep South.
And Antarctica.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't know.
They have an Orthodox church there. It's already.
Then you're going to find out. You're going to hit up against the ice wall.
Yeah.
Cisco, how is West Virginia these days? That's like one of my favorite states. It's gorgeous out there.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. Nobody wears masks. We look at people funny if they do. So, yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what else to.
Well, that's what just me looking at it in the most pragmatic terms as possible. In regards to like the price of land for the dollar, and of course that's being inflated. But you can look at Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, obviously. But then you're going to be dealing with the winter. If you're open to that, then I recommend those areas. West Virginia has really cheap land. Then you can look at Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama. Really good bang for your buck in regards to like trying to purchase land and do the homestead thing. So I think it just depends on, where you're at, what you're able to do. But those are some of the cheaper places. Arkansas, Mississippi. I mean, Mississippi is the poorest state in the union and supposedly the most Christian state in the union. So.
Honestly, you should visit places.
Yes,
Appalachia is a very unique culture and place, and it's probably not for everybody. So go visit. Everyone should visit. We should visit Arizona, Mississippi, Montana, and West Virginia. See what's just see what you like. You don't want to end up somewhere.
Who's
this
guy?
Everyone needs to be. Everyone needs to be in Montana, the fairest state. Thank you very much.
We got the Palestinian on cardio.
Oh shit!
All day, every day, baby.
What's going on, man?
I mean, how y'all doing today? Sorry, it's just like I only have so much time. Got to get my cardio in. Trying to out-shred David here. Trying to outdo him and whatnot. So, got to keep working all day. How are y'all doing today?
I'm doing great, my man. How you doing?
Oh, just good, man. Working, going to the gym, living my life, going to church. We've actually built something really awesome here in Montana. Alex, and he's really trying to build something in Helena, and he wants to build like a Montana young Orthodox network all throughout the whole state, linking together the churches and buildings in Bozeman and Missoula, and we're real excited about that. A lot of details are going to come out next week for this. Actually, this Sunday or the next upcoming Sunday.
We're working on this, so more details to come, but we want to make it easy for people to move up to Montana, and we definitely want young people coming to church and stuff like that. So more details to come, but I think it's something to be excited for. Pray about it because we appreciate all the support. So
you should just start setting up pyramid schemes. It's the quickest way. Yeah. They're not illegal. There's no law against the pyramid
Montana
scheme.
timeshares.
Montana timeshares. There we go. It's easy.
But no, I just wanted to say real quick, if it's all right. I got to go off. I couldn't catch your stream, Michael, the other day because of how it all worked out for me.
Because you were working out?
But yeah, I was too busy being swole. But hey, man,
I live on the treadmill now. I can't afford anything else. I just gotta.
Pretty much. But it's one of those things of like the whole thing just frustrated me and made me so mad. And what really pissed me off, and being that I'm working class man with vulgar language, and do my best to not be vulgar.
Yeah, try not to be too vulgar at least. I mean,
this made me so mad. It's how I saw people. It's how I've seen people, almost even people who like Advocacy Fund, people who I considered members of the Salish Brotherhood, how they almost justify this. Even when they know, and they see what Steve Christoforou and Christian Gonzalez have posted on their podcast, basically justifying the riots. They know about Charlotte Regel. They know about Sarah Schwartz. They know about, all these other people. And it's still, they try to justify it and they try to, be mealy-mouthed about it for the sake of being nice, for the sake of not being judgmental, for the sake of being charitable. I mean, for Christ's sake, this is Abbott Tree Fund we're talking about.
Right.
Abbott Tree Fund. And more specifically, what it shows is what ancient faith and what a lot of they are saints. I'm just seeing the Zoom chat. It shows what ancient faith and even, a lot of Gen Xers and older millennials view the church. They view this church as it's moral therapeutic deism, but with icons and incense and Byzantine chat wrapped around it to make it feel a lot nicer and a lot more complex and a lot more interesting and deep than it really is.
Right.
But you talk to these people and you talk to them about real serious issues, whether it's the theological depth of the church or some of the practical, real serious issues that the church faces now. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. They want nothing to do with it. They have no way of discussing it besides, I think we all need to pray. And I think we all need to look at ourselves before we judge others. That's true. We all need to pray. And we all need to work on ourselves. But prayer, so far as it's been taught to me, forgive me if I'm wrong, it's supposed to be a way in which we align our will with the will of God so that when we act, we are acting out God's will on us, with who we interact with. If I'm wrong, correct me, please. But but for these people, it's all just a crutch to pretend to be pious, to pretend to be humble, to pretend to be spiritual, because they don't want to actually do anything. Look at how they treat Abbott Tree Fund now. All these people that supposedly talk about how much they love the Abbott, they have no problem letting him hang to dry, or even excusing those who, those people that screwed him. And it makes me infuriated beyond belief. We see what ancient faith is,
Right.
but everyone is still I don't want to be controversial, and I don't want to bring division to my brothers. They are the ones bringing division. You point out to the fact that Father Damick slandered Jay Dyer, insulted Jay Dyer, spread lies and rumors about Jay Dyer, tried to keep him from being received into the church, and people still, I don't understand it. I mean, it's not orthodoxy. It's just not.
Right.
It's feel good. That's all it is.
Well, Jay's mean, so.
Yeah. Well, and he's
Just
a
saying,
homophobe, and I just can't stand for that. This is 2021, and we respect people's gender identities.
And don't forget, my personal pronouns are Master, Lord, and Emperor.
Well, Isaac, it seems
Philosopher
like you're a bit low energy today, bud. Maybe a red.
Excuse me.
I'm kidding.
Haven't heard any racial slurs yet, so you're.
I'm trying to not get your channel banned.
I appreciate that
to.
considerably. I appreciate that. I was joking because the fact that you just went on a rant that I totally agree with in regarding AFR while doing your bike cardio. That's hilarious. But
I gotta do what I gotta do. It's that Sigma energy, brother. It doesn't stop. Never stops. No, it's frustrating, and people just don't want to talk about it. And people don't want to think about it, and especially when it came to the Steve Christoforou, Christian Gonzalez, it was so obvious what they were saying. They were playing this mealy-mouthed apology for the rioters in Minneapolis and all over the country about how it's a really difficult issue and I don't know how to feel about it, and it's backhanded, left-handed, apology, left-handed defense.
Right.
That's all it is. And it's I'm going off on Steve because I think if the man is as nice and as principled and as moral as everyone loves to pretend he is, he would at the very least, on his own will, scrub that particular episode of Coffee Hour, of Pop Culture Coffee Hour. He would.
Right.
Otherwise, he's just as much a piece of piece of poop as the rest of them. You know.
No, I agree, man. And again, I think Jay just recently, out of trying to shed light on this sort of very contentious situation, has shown how they're still hosting many women who support pro-abortion, pro-LGBTQ, pro-women ordination, this type of crap. So,
and
I actually like that Wimmis,
yeah.
and Greg Maddox himself interviewed one of them.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, he's the CEO, and then he's also happens to be a member of the Orthodoxy and Dialogue Facebook group, which Father Damick is claiming that's probably a mistake, that he didn't realize that he was added to it.
Have you ever been part of Orthodoxy and Dialogue?
So one of our apologists on the Discord, Star Byzantium, who's a hyper intelligent guy, he wrote into their website asking a couple simple questions, and he asked one of them. He goes, "Are Coptic Orthodox canonically Orthodox?" And their answer was in many words, "Well, maybe. You don't know. Maybe." They could be canonical.
I hate that so much. The meaning now, yes, no, maybe so. It's just so nasty and disgusting. I'm not even joking.
That is straight heresy. That's not acceptable in any.
It is absolutely hilarious. I'm sorry, but listen. I have Coptic friends.
Tell us what you think,
I have
Isaac.
Ethiopian friends.
Tell us
I
what you
love
think.
these people. They're great. I love these people. They're great. They're awesome. God bless them. But they're not canonically part of the church. They don't accept all of the ecumenical councils. They still venerate Severus of Antioch, who made martyrs out of those that defended Chalcedon. Like, we have to be consistent about this.
Right.
Yes, the Egyptian Copts are nice people, you know? I mean, their dialect of Arabic is inferior to mine, but so that we can work with that. By the end of the day, they're not canonically part of the church. Origen is a heretic. Arian is a heretic. And it's just, it is mind-blowing. Like, the worst part of it all is just like, I mean, it just shows how academic orthodoxy is to these people. How it's not real to them, you know? They spend 4, 5, 6 years at St. Vlad's, at Holy Cross, at, you know, all these academic institutions. You know, they don't actually have an actual experience of orthodoxy among people. They don't have an experience of orthodoxy in the real world. They're just like, I mean, Christ Almighty, you know what these people, especially at Holy Cross, do? When they're not learning pee-pee poo-poo, trying to not cuss, from their professors, they're playing Super Smash Brothers. And it's like, these people are in their 30s, for God's sakes, grow up. You've got these people trying to be like, hello, my fellow youth. I, too, like video games and Star Wars. You know? Watch me dab and watch me do the floss dance for Fortnite. Please relate with me.
Wouldn't it be great if Isaac was just, like, in a grocery store right now? And he wasn't even, like, at the
exactly.
gym?
The camera falls, we realize he's in the produce aisle.
Well, best part about this gym,
tenderizing his meat that he's going to eat tonight.
Isaac, I want you on a big giant hamster wheel. Like, I think that would look awesome.
We could power all of Montanica from Isaac's rage.
Yeah, all of Montana.
Pretty much.
Like Monsters Inc., but instead of children screaming, it's just Isaac raging. You know, powers the whole state.
Oh yeah, like I mean, all day, every day.
Hey, type 88 in the chat if I should bring Isaac on my show.
Absolutely.
Yo, do it.
You gotta start branding though, Isaac, and it needs to be like different, consistent exercises every time. And like this, it's gotta be you exercising while you're speaking every time.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Like, if we do the show on, like, if Michael has me on like this Saturday, feasibly, or Friday.
If Michael has me on Saturday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Pretty much. Friday, shoulders and arms. Saturday is legs, more specifically deadlift. So y'all might catch me in 4K deadlifting.
And Monday is punching out all the goofuses and butte.
Yes, Monday is me just beating up everyone I don't like.
No, but you bring up a really good point that it's a slow poison. The not accepting the people, but accepting the watering down of our theology and of our beliefs.
Right.
It's a slow poison that will just destroy so many churches and so many communities when you compromise things to make people comfortable.
Right.
And the truth isn't comfortable. It's not comfortable to go and repent, and it's not comfortable to realize how fallen we are. And that's what people want to do, and they want to play nice, and I understand it. I'm all for having more patience and being nice and being loving, but that doesn't mean saying that everything someone does is okay. It's not loving if I have a child and I let them go stick their finger in the electrical outlet. I need to tell them stop. And these people don't understand that.
If I can get a quick example in here, think of Roosh. You know, Roosh, who's a recent convert to Orthodoxy, he was Armenian Orthodox. And whenever I had interaction with him, I met him in person a couple of times online. Whenever he bring up his faith of his being Armenian Orthodox, you know, I just point out, always make it a point. I tell him, hey, look, Roosh, I love you, man, but you are not in the same faith of Russian of Orthodoxy, you know, proper. Right. And he would actually complain about that publicly. And people would always say, it's because we love you, Roosh. It's not because we hate you. You know, we just want to make sure that you understand that you're not in the same group as us. And eventually that loving rebuke caused him to convert. And I think it's a great treasure because, you know, Roosh is a very talented man.
Right.
This is a bit of a broad thing, but all the Catholics that I talk to, that I take to liturgy, they want to they're exploring Orthodoxy because they love our traditions. They love the canons. They love our liturgy. And basically every other faith tradition, especially the Western Christian traditions, they're trying to abandon their traditions. They're trying to make themselves more palatable for, what's going on in the world. And, so this whole thing about us trying to compromise with all these other faiths is just, it's not what people are looking for. It's not what's going to gain converts. It's the opposite of that. And that's what's going to hurt us.
And what I've always said is this, by the end of the day, what I've always said is this to everyone that moans and complains about Jay Dyer and David Patrick Carey and David Ahmed White and, me, but well, not me specifically in this instance, but people complain about me anyway. It's great.
You're talking about the guys at the gym, right?
Oh, God. Well, at the YMCA, it was the women at the gym because they couldn't handle, me and all my glory.
They couldn't handle a little slap on the ass and some critical assessment of their form.
Pretty much. I'm like, yo, that deadlift form is Snap City, bruh. But being serious, all these people that complain about this, they say, I get it that Jay Dyer brings in thousands of converts, including several dozen Muslims, but he's not doing it the right way. It's not in the spirit of love. It's all so mean. And I'm like, okay, you want to know something? If you think you can do it better, then do it better. Show us the better way. If there's a better way, I'll take it immediately. But in the meantime, either help us or get out of our way. If you can't find a better alternative to what everyone in the Orthosphere is doing, shut up and get out of our way or help us. Because frankly speaking, at this point, especially with what happened with Avid Tree Fund, at this point, I'm willing to say this. If you don't help us, if you don't get out of our way, we will steamroll over you.
Right.
And we won't feel bad about it. I'm sorry. We will crush you. And that's just how it is. For the sake of the church, for the sake of everyone in the church, for the sake of our kids that we want to grow up in the faith, that we want to see all of them become saved, we'll crush you. And we won't feel bad about it whatsoever.
I do want to highlight really quick, Jonathan Pajot had done a recent episode with Jay Dyer, and, those guys have been in each other's throat for a long time. But that episode really showed that if you guys, focus on orthodoxy first and then, express your own unique strength, you just make orthodoxy stronger. That was a great episode the two of them did. So, it's like we don't have to be opposed to each other, provided nobody teaches heresy, of course. That's bottom line. No heresy allowed. But once you get that settled down, I think all these public Orthodox figures can work together to make a nice cohesive platform and a message. Of course, we're always going to deal with subversives, and I think Ancient Faith Radio is full of those people.
Right.
So.
Well, shout out to Father Deacon. Father Deacon. I don't mean to cut anybody off. I was just going to say Father Deacon is already doing that. So go ahead, Chase.
Or actually, that was Pond. It was interesting because you think about the different kinds of groups that were ordained or revealed by God to give out to the Israelites. For example, you had the Levites, you had the scribes, the teachers, and so forth. And I feel like that understanding and organization of a society in these places like Ancient Faith Radio and all that, I could be wrong on this, but I have a feeling that everybody wants to be pastoral in a way. Well, not everyone is called to be that way. There are some people who are called to be teachers. And I feel that, Jay in particular, he's giving you the theology. Right. He might not be giving it to you in such a way that's pastoral or directly strengthening your personal relationship with God in a way. He's just sort of hammering out to you, heads on like that.
Right. Well,
and I think that, and I think there's a place for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the logic of how people talk about Jay Dyer, you might as well never read Eusebius's History of the Church because it's not teaching you about the church in the correct way. Because Eusebius is academic and he's mean to heretics. Seriously, come on. And by the end of the day, it's like I've been telling people this for years. Does anyone here know what EWTN is? You guys remember that?
Oh, gee whiz.
I've been telling people this for years. AFR is going to go the way and is going the way of EWTN if you don't stop it, if you're not careful. And I've been telling people this too. Our Vatican II is around the corner. Whether we want to admit it or not, it is coming, right? It is coming. Just because we say we're Orthodox and we buy the icons, that we share the memes, is not going to stop it unless we actually do something. We need to be very careful. We need to be on guard. We have to actually be active to prevent the things that we don't want to see happen in the church.
Right. Well, and Isaac, I think part of this too is the reason why, and we hit on this in Cisco's stream with Father Deacon and Jay and myself, is that the only way that we're able to sit here and stream and talk about, have conversations like we're doing right now, like a Zoom call with all you guys in here, anybody's able to say anything they want in front of, again, our peers, our brothers and sisters in Christ, is because we don't take money from anybody. We only take money from each other, like Jay, myself, Father Deacon. We're only funded by the people who watch. So we're able then to be unfettered, unfiltered, say how we feel about things. And so when we see with what's happened with AFR, I guarantee you the reasons why they platform the people who are left of center and then deplatform anybody who's right is because the money, whether it be financial, federal, state, I don't know, the non-for-profit, whatever it is that they have, there's some tax exemption, there's some reason, whoever their major donor is, I guarantee you there's a financial incentive for them to platform the people who are left of center versus those who are right, where we are funded by the people who consume the content. And so this is really the new, then when we look at society, when we look at the stabby passports, that's the only way that we move forward, is that we create something that's orthogonal to the beast system that already exists.
The reality is that the left understands how power works. And so if an organization is not explicitly anti-leftist, leftists will practice entryism, and they do this on purpose. It's why every institution of any sort of influence and power is basically liberal now. And that's what's happened because ancient faith, specifically because of the reason that they're citing, where they say, hey, we don't want to put forward a political posture. That's exactly why they've allowed themselves to become basically infiltrated by leftists. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's the difference? Where does politics begin, and where does theology and religion end? Where's the actual
all politics is the basically where morality meets the public sphere. And so to say that you're not political, it's just dishonest.
Right.
And so you really have to just, like, when it comes to the tax code or whatever, who cares? You have to call their bluff. It's basically a way for the government to neuter the church. but they never actually enforce it. So call their bluff and whatever.
Right.
There's zero precedence. It's never been enforced. Find me a church that had their tax exempt status removed because the pastor told this congregation not to vote for this candidate that kills unborn children. It's never happened.
Right. Right.
I'm sure you guys have noticed, but this whole line of reasoning, like, oh, that's not politics, is used a lot, even in like the political sphere. I don't know, this might be a bit off topic, but I notice a lot of times if I'm, talking with someone about politics, it's like, for BLM, it's a really good example. It's like, oh no, that's not political. It's just like being a good human. You know what I mean? And this whole it's like a gaslighting campaign. It's like they're constantly like, no, that's not politics. No, that's not politics. It's like right now the whole cope from AFR is like all the leftists that we have on, they're not political. Like that's such a joke. I don't, just throwing that out there.
Right.
Oh, definitely. It's a complete and total gaslight. I mean, like to shill for the vax isn't political, but to not shill for it is political. To talk about how rioting because of good old fentanyl Floyd is bad. That's that's political. What's it called? But to try to sit here and say I understand the pain of the African American community, and I can't tell you whether it's right or wrong to have the entire hood burn down the country, but that's not political, right? I mean, I'm sorry, but it's gaslighting, it's dishonest, and Father Damick is just a liar. I mean, I told him as much on Facebook, because high IQ, big time activist on Facebook here. I called him out for it, about how he talks about how we're not pro-rioting, we're not pro-abortion, we're not pro-gay marriage, but they bring these people on there, let them in as guests. They sell their books on Conciliar Press.
Yeah, they sell their books.
It's a bunch of lies. It's lying. He's lying to your face. He's lying to all of us, and we all have to call it out for what it is. A giant scam.
Right. Isaac, I do have to say, bro, I am impressed by your cardio stamina. You are hardly even breathing hard after that little bike excursion you went on. What was that, the Tour de France?
Oh, pretty much. I mean, I wake up at 5 in the morning, do about 30 to 45 minutes of cardio, go to work, and then go to the gym, lift, and do more cardio.
What are you doing?
You know who needs to do cardio?
What are you mining? Are you mining in Butte? What is it that you do during the day?
Well, right now, right now I work at a tire warehouse, but we're gonna see after the winter and during the spring. We'll change that up a little bit.
He choose rebarb.
I believe it though.
Oh, I've done iron work. I've done whether it's tying rebar or erecting prefabricated buildings or erecting structural steel. I've put down gas lines. I've put down fiber optic lines. I've done all sorts of stuff right now because I'm just sort of sick and tired of the traveling, and especially because I don't want to have to do it again this winter. I work at a tire warehouse, 45, 55 hours a week, overtime, pays well, 10 minutes away from work, so far from home, can't complain.
Are you still freelancing as a scared straight stand-in?
Pretty much,
Okay. I mean, because I know we were talking about that in Montana, and you were really excited about it.
That's hilarious.
I think you should have like some sort of Orthodox summer camp in Montana where everyone throws their soft kids your way.
Yeah, that's right.
Father Deacon.
I'll chew them up and spit them out.
You could be the drill sergeant.
Yeah, Father hits him with epistemology. Isaac hits him with physical fitness and tough love.
Dude,
I literally hit them.
Yeah,
and then we dump them out. Then we dump them out in the forest, and they have to find their way back.
Yeah, near your parents, where the bears are.
Yeah, where the grizzlies. I was just out there where the grizzly had mauled and killed that California lady.
Oh, well.
Ooh, hey guys, I'm gonna mute myself. I have to go home real quick, but I'll be back in 10.
All right, sounds good, brother.
Hey, I'm gonna head out. I want to make sure that I got my beauty sleep and my lecture prepared for tomorrow for Alex.
Yeah,
Alex will be the only one in class.
I'm excited for it. Looking forward to it.
He's still got to do the homework.
He said, he has to do the homework. That's a big reading too. It's okay. You've got 40 pages there.
I can skip it tonight, can't I? It's not that big of a deal.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, he's just gonna throw Father Deacon a super chat, and he should be fine.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll throw some shekels at him. Maybe he'll give me a grade bump or something.
Yeah.
That is how the university works. So
I know. I don't understand why I can't do that. Like, well, let's negotiate. My friend. My friend. Special grade for you, my friend. Or special price. Yeah.
Well, Father Deacon, thank you so much for hopping on.
Yeah, what a blessed birthday celebration. I'm glad all of you here, Chase, Michael, some of you I haven't got to meet, Tyler.
Yeah, I was gonna have Tyler speak. He had and Clinton Nabis hadn't spoke.
Yeah, so I'll duck out. God bless all of you. May the Holy Trinity protect you and the Mother of our God, together with all the saints, the prayers of our Holy Fathers, Lord Jesus Christ, our God. Have mercy on us and save us all, and continue to bless us in all the work that we do. Bless you, Patrick, and the work that you do. And oh Lord, save thy pious.
Amen. Thank you
Bye,
so
guys.
much, Father. God bless you and yours. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, thank you.
Clinton, Tyler, either one of you guys want to hop on and maybe introduce yourselves real quick?
I'm just about to go to sleep.
Okay.
Myself. Yeah. Well, I don't have much to say either. So.
Where are you
But
from?
Yeah. Canada, man. But yeah, I just got to get off and go to work now. I was enjoying the stream and everyone talking and everything going on there. So, once again, man, happy birthday and have a good night.
Well, thank you, brother. Stay safe near Toronto. I know things are crazy up there, and it seems like things are escalating
Pretty
in Canada.
crazy.
So,
Yeah,
God
so
bless you,
just
man.
kinda-
Continue your journey. I hope eventually you're a full member in the Orthodox Church.
Well, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. You as well. God bless.
God bless.
Clinton, how you doing, man? Where you at?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. Where do you reside in the world?
I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Wow, our Canadians are in the house tonight. Manitoba, a lot of craziness been going on up there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting out of hand.
It definitely seems that way. Are you Orthodox?
No, I'm complicated, I guess you could say.
I guess we all are, aren't we?
Yeah. I've studied quite a few religions, shamanism. I'm a fan of your show, and happy birthday, by the way.
Well, thank you so much, Clinton. I really appreciate that. God bless, and thank you for being here, my man.
Yeah. I'm glad I could jump on. It's unfortunate that I'm pretty tired right now. But
It's all good, man. We're 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Us night owls are still up and at it.
yeah. So yeah, I was thinking maybe we could talk about corruption in the church.
Well, that's kind of what we're hitting at with AFR in regards to public media being corrupted.
Yeah.
And then we can,
and
I'm
everything's
sure
corrupt.
Alex and Chase and Michael can discuss, and Gabe can discuss just the weakness the Orthodox Church has demonstrated in regards to the COOF and the response against that, and some of the difficulties we've all faced within our own parishes. So, sadly, I feel like talking with Dyer, we're in a difficult position. We get on here and we try to boast and get people to convert to Orthodoxy and talk about theology and church history, and then sadly, there's numerous people that then go to an Orthodox church and everybody's masked. They don't want you to kiss the icons. They still social distance. And it's like, well, wait, I just listened to all these guys online and they're saying this is the true church and this is the church of the apostles and Jesus Christ. But my Protestant church with the rock band, none of them wear masks. And so what's going on here?
Well, many have been deceived. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
So
there was a guy that left a comment on my stream Monday, and I think it's, he said, "Hey, I'm a recent catechumen, and my experience, and this is all kind of like reminding me of why I left the Southern Baptist Church. And now it's like happening here. And I just said, hey man, did you not expect the true faith to be attacked by the evil one?
Right.
Just stay where you are, man, and keep learning the faith. So I think, honestly, being that we are the true church, I think that we should expect more of this than other denominations. Honestly, we should expect the attacks to be more vigorous and more constant and more visceral. And to me that's not indicative of any sort of reason to doubt. And frankly, I think our ecclesiology is the way that it is I think a miracle, because we can have a plethora of terrible bishops, and the way that our ecclesiology is set up, the church will still prevail in its fullness, irregardless.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things that, sorry to interrupt, just to add on to what Michael Sisko was saying, in my opinion, in my experience, I'm talking to people, I think the Orthodox worldview is really the only thing that can properly prepare you for these things that are happening. So even if bad things are happening,
great point.
Yeah, even though there's bad things happening in the church, it really only makes sense on like a grand scale if you understand it through like the lens of the Orthodox worldview. So there are people like for a Southern Baptist or something like that, won't make any sense to them. This whole mask thing is just kind of like a blip on their radar, but for us, we know like kind of what's behind this. We know where it's headed. So just want to throw that out there.
Absolutely. No, I think, and that's the part of the orthodoxy is once you begin to really adopt the Orthodox phronema, the mindset, you understand church history, you see the ahistorical nature of the papacy, and you begin to see the problems with Western Christianity, Western theology, the Western world, Western civilization, all this stuff, post-schism, and even the Orthodox Church. One of the things we have to do is not idolize the Byzantine Empire. I mean, they literally kicked out St. John Chrysostom. They literally cut the tongue out of St. Maximus the Confessor and cut off his hands. And so the Orthodox Church was, great at persecuting its greatest. But at the same time, Orthodoxy is still the one true Christian church throughout history. It's still intact, despite the Soviet Union, despite every power, despite the Catholics in the Fourth Crusade, despite everything that's happened. It is maintained itself. It's perpetuated through time. And so I have no doubt it's the one true faith. And I tell people will super chat me and ask me, but hey, you left from psychedelics and now you're Orthodox. What makes you think you're not going to be something else in 10 years? I don't know what I'm going to be in 10 years, but I tell you right now, I'm not lying to you. I firmly believe that the Orthodox Church is literally the one true religion. It's literally founded by Jesus Christ and the apostles. And if that's not true, then I don't even know what I am. And I don't even know what I would revert to, because I've already looked at everything else. And so
that's interesting you say that, because orthodoxy is the tree there that all the other branches of Christianity have to appeal to at some point if they're going to be honest. If they're looking historically and theologically, the Roman Catholic Church has to appeal to us. That's why they have to accept our sacraments. If they don't accept our sacraments, they shoot themselves in the foot.
Right.
To their historical claim. And just because people are masking up at churches, and many churches, my church was shut down for many months in 2020, which was terrible. That doesn't mean that the church itself has fallen. Churches can make mistakes. Individual parishes can make mistakes, but Christ told us that the gates of hell won't prevail against the church itself at large.
Right.
And just because we have Archbishop Elpidophoros saying silly, foolish things and being, super, I'm under him and he's super sketchy. And I've told my priest, I don't think he's my ally and I can't support him. I'll try to be respectful.
Right.
But like Michael brought up, our ecclesiology isn't one of a pyramid with the Pope on top. If we have corruption, eventually it's going to get cut out and it's going to get rooted out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's interesting too about like the Orthodox hierarchy, even when, and this is the great mystery of it all, is I was speaking to a Byzantine Catholic person, and they were really on the fence about becoming Orthodox. You know, I kind of pushed them to the point where it's like, well, you know, why don't you just become Orthodox? Because, I mean, if you can be Byzantine Catholic, it just sort of itself kind of refutes Catholicism in itself, right? The whole argument that we see with like David the Medwin and all that. And I brought up the example of St. Nectarios of Egina. And I'm like, do you know who St. Nectarios is? He's like, no. I'm like, well, he was a saint of ours that for the good chunk of his life was basically shit on by all the hierarchs in the Greek Orthodox Church. Right. I right now, I'm not, like you said, Chase, I'm not satisfied with where GoArch is right now. But even in the failure of our hierarchs in the life of St. Nectarios, it led to his sanctification. I mean, he got to the point where he was so low, he was basically exiled. And he had a vision of the Mother of God and St. Gregory Palamas telling him, like, no, you're on the right path. Like, keep going. Like, this is, don't despair. And so the beautiful thing about our ecclesiology, just systematically, sure, but also when you look at the way that they persecuted our saints in a weird kind of reversed way, they're actually refining the very people who are going to be our saints. So I take encouragement from that too, you know, to those of us who are struggling with them, like that struggle. I mean, they're in the wrong, obviously, but they're still being used by God in some way that we can't fully understand quite yet. So yeah, trying to be all white about this whole thing.
Right.
Imagine all the stories in the future about how we were all blocked on Twitter by Opadiforos.
You're a hero, Grandpa. You were blocked too.
I was blocked. I was blocked well before it was cool.
Oh, he's back.
So, like, I was the first one. Yeah, almost home. But I was blocked well before it was cool, you know? But by the end of the day, a lot of it really boils down to this. Like, we have to be open. Like, why are we talking about this? Why am I talking about this constantly, consistently, the corruptions and the failures of the church? Are we doing it, you know, to get our rocks off? I mean, am I doing it because I enjoy hating people? I mean, I kind of do, but you know, that aside, we're doing it because we want to see the church be better, or at least we want to see the laity and the clergy, the church, aspire to the best things, the best people that they can be, the best lay people, the best priests and deacons and bishops, the best parish council people and parish council presidents and Sunday school teachers and all this. We want to have a thriving, happy, growing church that is, you know, aspiring to theosis with, you know, with the Trinity. But you can't do that when people aren't teaching the faith. You can't do that when archdioceses are literally if they're not wasting tens of millions of dollars, they're laundering and embezzling and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can't do that when, you know, particular bishops are being caught, you know, gratifying themselves with male prostitutes. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not joking.
I do have to disagree with you a little bit, Isaac, where I totally agree these are massive problems and we need to solve them and we need to speak about them and we need to put pressure on these bishops. But because there's some bishop that is being a fool, that actually does not stop us from attaining salvation. At 100%. It doesn't stop us.
Oh, definitely. I'm not trying to imply that.
We can do it, even though there's some people being foolish and being, you know, subversive.
Mm-hmm.
So most of you guys are in the United States. Are any of you aware of what's happening in Canada with the Indigenous children that have been found?
That was actually that turned out to be a hoax. It's not real. It was fake.
I'm in Canada and I'm Indigenous, and the count is up to 6,500 right now, and the media has blacked it out. So that's a good example of the manipulation of the perception of reality. They're covering it up.
Clinton, I have no idea. Can you give me like a quick rundown of what exactly you're talking about?
Yeah, they've it started with 215 children that they found at a residential school in a mass grave, and that blew up. And then they started searching other residential schools and all across Canada, and they started finding more and more mass graves. And the number is now past 6,500 children, and they've only searched, I don't even think they've searched like 20% of the residential schools in Canada. The media paid attention to it a little bit in July, and then they completely cut it out now. They've manufactured chaos. They called an election. They're doing everything they can do to ignore it, because the truth is that these crimes were committed by the Canadian government, the Catholic Church, the Canadian military, and the RCMP in Canada. And the RCMP are continuing. This still happens today. There's thousands of Indigenous women and children and men, but mostly women and children, who are being stolen. They're going missing, and the media continues to ignore it all across Canada. The RCMP in Canada right now are actively, brutalizing Indigenous people who are defending the land and water. They're being removed from their homes, and they're building these pipelines. They're arresting journalists. So it's really bad up here. And this is
think about that.
Well, also
no. I'm just asking if you guys are aware of it, and like
why would the media there cover that up when it seems to fit right into their narrative? That just seems like something that the left-wing media would eat up.
Well, I think it's because the media has all been bought. And are you guys aware that there was Indigenous protests here in Winnipeg, and that they toppled statues? Like, did you guys see any of that coverage?
Yep. I'm aware of that. But my point is this Indigenous stuff isn't. If the point is the mainstream media covering up truth, again, however, and I'm not even debating whatever the relationship to Indigenous people is to the Canadian government, but vaccine passports. You don't have to go too far to see that these are more of an existential threat to all of us, no matter what our nationality or ethnic, racial prodigy is, wherever we come from. That the stabbies, the science behind those, the negative effects, like this is all being covered up by the mainstream media as well. So this is the nature of our reality, is that the incarnation of truth itself was crucified, and we're just seeing how the nature of this reality goes to the different extents to cover up the truth.
Yeah, exactly. The vaccine things, the stabbies are.
Yeah. Try to not say. If you say it multiple times in a row, the algorithm definitely picks it up.
Yeah, they're
so call it lipstick or stabbies if you can.
They're just a precursor for their agenda, and they're pushing it hard here. We're doing rallies. We had almost 3,000 people out at our rally last Saturday, and we're continuing to do them. We're just starting to build up. I mean, the rallies and the people who are willing to defend themselves, it's been low. Morale has been low. It's been small rallies, like 100, 200, 300 people here and there scattered. So here in Winnipeg, what we did is we gathered all of the rallies, put them into one big movement. So we're doing them every Saturday at 3 at the Legislative Building here. And we have, Indigenous, white, black, we have all 4 colors joining together and, standing against these mandates and this corruption.
Beautiful.
And, the media didn't even show up.
That's exactly what we need, though.
But
because here in America, this was one of the things I thought last night is we're seeing BLM actually protest these restaurants in New York that are actually forcing the stabby passports. Obviously, I'm not even going to make the play. Oh, it's these are racist because they disenfranchise African American. They disenfranchise anybody with a brain. So it's not about racial color, but the fact that now BLM is actually doing protesting and now attacking those restaurants, I could clearly see where if the mainstream media, because there hasn't been a narrative put out regarding this stuff yet, that if BLM actually now makes a national movement towards in opposition to the stabby passports, now the same national white terrorist that they want to say is the biggest threat domestically, now all of a sudden they're going to be BLM supporters. And so you're going to be able to see the right and the left actually come together in the name of opposition to medical tyranny. And so I see this as potentially hopeful. Now, again, do I agree with their cause? Do I agree with their of course not. But can we meet together and agree on opposition to mandatory stabbies and limiting access to various restaurants? Yes. And is that enough to actually then shatter narratives, change minds, change things in society? Potentially.
Well, you know what's going on in France whenever they have these protests or riots. I mean, it's unfortunate, but you know, you have like the far right and the far left. They both show up to protest the stabby, like the lipstick license, and then they end up fighting each other. So that's not everywhere, but I saw a couple of videos of that happening in France. So it's, that's right. Unfortunate. I hope like it's a thing where people can get together and like really, work together on this.
Yeah,
right. To sort of tie this
stupid stuff.
To sort of tie this back to the church, and first off, I'm finally home, post-workout meal, cup of 4% cottage cheese, and this wonderful third-pounder Angus burger, right? And then I'm going to kick Grandpa off the CPAP machine because I need it for optimal recovery. But being serious,
Grandpa doesn't need to
get
it
between bites.
To take it back to the church, like, listen, because I've been thinking about this since the whole thing started last year. I think we all understand that people were legitimately scared back then. And I think we can even understand now how, because a lot of people are being deluded, lied to by the media, how people are scared now. Some people may not agree with this, but I think, and I saw Metropolitan Valerian's take on it when it came to the vaccines. I thought, frankly, for the sake of his flock, it was the best take. He said, listen, vaccines have always existed. I got vaccinated, but I am not going to force anyone to get vaccinated, nor am I going to tell anyone to be vaccinated. This is a personal choice that you're going to make. And I think that for the sake of the flock, because we do have to, again, like try to speak the truth with love. I mean, you can't punch someone in the face with the church, with the truth, and sometimes you can. I have, and that has brought people into the church. I have bullied people into orthodoxy, and that does work sometimes. But by the end of the day, like we do have to, I think, like show a little bit of mercy, right, to the bishops, because we have to forget just how poor orthodoxy is in this country, right? Especially individual parishes,
right.
And some of these parishes, they can't afford the fines. It will literally destroy these parishes. Right.
True.
I know we all look at like Atellus Bellamar Gym in New Jersey, Ian Smith, as the greatest example. But Ian Smith's gym, what's it called, which is right now being funded by like crazy by people all over the country, is not going to have the same funding as, say, some small parish in Fresno that I used to go to.
Exactly.
And like a lot of these people and a lot of these priests, they have to think about that, Are they willing, are they able, and are they willing to go against the government, especially if it's a Greek parish, right? They will have no support from their bishops. So that is something we have to think about.
Well, you know what? I'm Greek, so I feel like I'm obliged to respond to that. I just have to say, there are a lot of great Greek priests, and there are a lot of gems in the Greek church. And I remember early in the pandemic, we had, two bishops. Unfortunately, I forgot their names. But we had two bishops that basically got, like reassigned to way out in the middle of nowhere because they were trying to talk to
Methodius. Yeah. One of them is from New Jersey, which is, my state. And you wouldn't believe how excited I was when I heard him push against the spoon mandate. I'll call it that. And then he got yeeted. Him having a spine got him relocated to Turkey. Like that was abysmal. But I do want to back you up there, Alex. I'm not under the Greek church, but the Greek church, we're all Orthodox here, and right. I know a lot of the people on the ground, like the priests and probably even the bishops, they're trying their best to keep the faith alive despite what the hierarchs are trying to push.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
And
Yeah.
and you guys can continue. I just want to mention that the row core, a lot of us will talk about how more based row core is, and they don't have the money influencing the priest. A lot of these priests have jobs, so their heart is in the tradition. That's why they're much more traditional. But you go to any row core church around D.C., they capitulated more than anybody else. So then you go to a Greek church in the middle of nowhere in America, and they're open, and they're not forcing masks and all this stuff. So at this point, I look at Orthodoxy as a parish-by-parish thing based on the priest. And doesn't matter, our jurisdictions, generally speaking, are better. Go Arch, OCA tend to be a little bit more liberal. The row core, Antiochian, Serbian, Romanian tend to be better.
Wait. Hold up. I got to do this. OCA, more like OCJ. I got him!
But I just to, if anyone is in the Las Vegas area, I have to say the Greek Orthodox Church there is absolutely phenomenal. Father Seraphim, he's not like the main priest, but if you're in that area, if anyone's on Discord, they want to put that in there. Absolutely phenomenal Greek parish. So definitely, if you're in the area, like I don't live in Las Vegas, but if you're in Las Vegas, go there. Beautiful parish.
Sounds like an oxymoron to me. Phenomenal Greek parish.
Hey, they exist.
That's a racial shot, Alex. Don't stand for it.
No. Greek parish tried to be based challenge impossible.
Do they have pews? Here's the measure, guys. Do they have pews in that parish?
Bless you.
Good. Yeah, that's a good question. Is a very good one.
I'm sorry. You pronounced Turkish Archdiocese wrong.
Well, that's what got Archbishop
what if David comes in right now out of nowhere?
That's what got Archbishop Spiridon in '99 removed, because Archbishop Spiridon, after Iacovos died, Spiridon became the Archbishop of the GOA, and Spiridon was a lot more traditional than anyone wanted, especially back then. And in a magazine, or at least I think I'm trying to remember exactly, because this was relayed to me by an Archimandrite that remembers the whole thing. I don't know if it was in the Greek Reporter or like the Papist Post back then, but basically he compared all his bishops and his priests to Turks, and that got him removed. That got him kicked out as Archbishop. So you got to be careful though, man, because that will get you in trouble if you say stuff like that.
I don't know if you guys have recently happened where
he said when he was talking about you can't idolize a jurisdiction, you have to kind of look at the priest. It's so true. Yeah. I remember DPH. I got to tell you, in your streams during COVID, I know I already told you this, but you're talking about the conversations that you're having with your priest, and I think a lot of people, depending on your jurisdiction, you might assume things about your priest. Make sure you talk to your priest, because he may not be thinking the way that we are. He may not be in the conversations that we are. And I know for a fact, I talked to my priest. I balked about some of the stuff that was going on, and he called me, and we had a one-on-one. And you'd be surprised on how much you can get.
Yeah.
If you have that, and you can understand. There's a lot of grace that we got to have with this conversation, but it is
that's a
priest
great
by
point,
priest by priest by priest. Man, you really have to.
Can I just say one thing before you hop in, Michael? And you can take it wherever you want, brother. It's real quick. I just want to say that I totally agree with Chase in regards to we have to have grace. Like my priest, old man, he was 88. I love my priest. I absolutely love my priest. He was retired. He started the parish I went to. He's responsible for 3 Orthodox churches, and the third one that he started is a very small church that I go to, and he capitulated on things, not that he personally believed them, but because 80% of the church did. And so he went along with it, and he allowed me to do, be in opposition to it. But we do have to have a little bit of grace, but at the same time, don't capitulate. If you feel convicted, if you feel in your heart that you can't do something, do not do it. Don't do it.
100%. And DPS, you gave me the courage actually to reach out to my priest as soon as like those, you get those emails from your parish and it's like, hey, by the way, we're going to do a bunch of weird stuff. Yeah, I think I was the only one in my parish to fire off an email right away, because I'm in an older parish, and everybody's a good elderly. It's Antiochian. It's a great parish, but there's people are in different places, you know. So I had to have that one-on-one conversation with them because I don't think anybody was. So you can't be scared to balk whenever it's the time. You just got to discern when that is, you know.
So Michael, I want to cut you off. Michael, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I actually, despite my trolling, I do actually agree with that it's a parish by parish thing. I will say that for people like, for public people who are in the limelight or politics, it does get a little more important who your bishops are, because which I think you, DPH, have a little bit of experience with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I actually am mindful of who my bishops are because of my political work, and you know,
you should be.
So I get a little nervous.
Absolutely. Well, and that's where then again, feel free to share, Michael, where your jurisdiction is, but you made a conscious choice to be part of a particular jurisdiction because of your political opinions and wanting to not make sure that you're not rejected from the cup, that you can still receive communion, and ultimately you're still backed by your religious community, despite whatever may happen with your conservative traditional political opinions.
Yeah, I did. And that's, I mean, I don't think it's a secret. I'm Rocor.
Okay,
obviously.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was just.
Yeah.
I always try to remain on the side of privacy, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's actually been publicized.
Okay,
by,
I had no idea.
By our good friend Sarah Riccardi. Sarah. So, but no, I mean, Rocor has a. I think they've been tried in the fire with being in the diaspora, running from Bolshevism, to really have that understanding. And so when labels are weaponized, like, you know, the white national, like all that stuff, I think they have the sobriety to kind of not take it as seriously as other people would. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Serbs are the same way. The Serbian Archdiocese is the same way, because going through what they went through in Yugoslavia and communism and all that, they don't listen to any of that crap. So it's good to have that sometimes.
Alex, are you going to the Serbian parish there in Butte? Where are you attending at?
So, you know, since Helena is just a mission parish, whenever they have services up here, they do Vespers every Friday. So I'm here in Helena. And then usually Sundays.
Are Vespers at Carroll College?
Yep.
Okay.
Same one that you guys all attended.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then when they don't have services in Helena, I'm down in Butte with Isaac, hanging out at the coffee hour together.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yo, I mean, what's it called? Me and Alex and the boys were out here. You know, we're preparing for a return to Hyperborea. Speaking of which, Alex, we haven't trained yet. How can we go back to Hyperborea? You know, I mean, if you're not in top physical form.
I know. Well, Alex has a nice frame. If he began lifting, he would be an intimidating figure.
I'm working on it. You know, maybe me and Isaac will just record ourselves sprinting on a treadmill for everyone. We can just, you know, like run on the treadmill.
That's a new YouTube channel, Alex and Isaac, and you just talk about Orthodox theology while working out.
Oh, pretty much. I mean, it would be great. I met here, like Alex, when I was in a Telegram call with Alex and a couple others. And Alex, you remember when I was doing like 405, like 4-plate rack pulls, and I just screamed to the high heavens?
You wouldn't be. He wasn't on mute. He kept dropping the weights. It was chaos. It was chaos.
Well, you know, I mean, I had to flex and let people know exactly how strong I was, so they would never forget. But I think at the same time, with all the charity and all the grace we want to show, at the same time, we do have to be honest that I don't think it's unreasonable to say that a lot of people legitimately felt disappointed with how a lot of bishops dealt with this. I mean,
absolutely.
You know, Metropolitan Nathaniel, the moment COVID hits, he shuts down his diocese completely. No services whatsoever, you know?
Yeah, he is my Metropolitan, and he came to my church, and somebody asked him a question. I wasn't able to attend, much to my priest's delight, because he knows I was going to want to speak to Metropolitan Nathaniel. But somebody asked him why, you know, our diocese is so divided on basic issues. can you just like give us a simple one? Like, where do you stand on abortion? And he goes, oh, gives this long-winded answer. And then just at the end says, so I believe I'm on the right side of it, but never says he's anti-abortion.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
After
I mean,
like a 3-minute answer.
Like,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
that's just the thing. I mean, like, I remember I've even spoken to Steve Christoforou, and I've always asked him, like, Steve, he'll talk about wanting unity with all the different dioceses and how he wants, peace and love and all this. And I'll ask him, okay, do you want to go to the March for Life with all the other, Orthodox Christians that are there? And he says, no, I don't want to go because I don't think it'll solve anything. And I think it's pointless. I'm like, what exactly is pointless about meeting with your fellow brothers and sisters in Christ, taking a stand against the murder of children, right? I mean, it's this.
I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know, but I do want to butt in and just say, I know you guys. I'm not taking shots. I know everyone knows this, but there's a quote, and I forget who says it. Someone's gonna know, but like, those who decry evil men but don't pray for their souls will never see the grace of God. So it's very important that we pray for our hierarchs and our priests if they say something that we don't like, or if they are kind of on the wrong
Every
side
divine liturgy.
Yeah, of course.
Pretty much. And not just at the liturgy, but also, in our personal lives.
Absolutely,
And, that's
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's something that we all need to aspire to do. We got to pray for Metropolitan.
No, I struggle with that. I struggle with the anger you feel, especially once you've done so much homework. And again, I know all the guys here in this chat have reading the books, trying to change your life, move towards orthodoxy, and then you see the state of our hierarchy. You see the the Council of Churches of World Church Christianity, the world churches. You see the alliances with Pope Francis, with Patriarch John of Antioch, of Jerusalem, of Constantinople, Bartholomew in Greece. And there's not, if you're looking for hope in the hierarchy, you're going to be sadly disappointed. The only hope is us. It's like the hope is that there's young people
by the end of the
that
day,
are learning it
and
to
we
stand in
have, I'm sorry to
opposition.
butt in,
let's put things in proper perspective. The hope is Christ. This is His body we're dealing with. So don't forget about the.
Well, we are the
saints
body of
and
Christ.
No, but true. We have to help. We also rely on Christ and the saints. We got our prayers to them.
Sure. Sure.
Just put that. Let's not forget about them. But I get you.
We're talking about ecclesiology. I get your point. We're talking about ecclesiology, and we are the body of Christ. And the end time prophecies, you look at Saint Isaac the Syrian, it's the hierarchs. The road to hell's paved with the skulls of bishops. And we need to pray for them because they're going to be judged more harshly than we will. And then people. The people who get out and try to educate people on orthodoxy, they're going to be judged more harshly than the people that are just learning and trying to change their lives. So we do need to have grace. We do need to have compassion. And at the same time, we do have to not budge, because if we budge, then we're going to lose it. And so think about the whole history of orthodoxy, the 2,000 years of the faith. All of us are important to maintaining that, because it doesn't exist if all of us budge, if we capitulate. We maintain those boundaries.
I think we all forget, what's happening right now isn't new. I mean, speaking of Antioch, in the 18th century, they became unionists for nearly a century.
Right.
People would kind of forget that.
Right.
Remember Patriarch Jeremiah that went full Calvinist?
Yep.
You have the church is littered with, big dum-dum, bishops and clergy that do stupid stuff. And even the saints, the saints themselves are not perfect, but that's why they are saints. They strove past their sins and, they attained salvation and they went up to heaven. We have to remember, this isn't, and it's hard because, I think we all know how sometimes it's just also tiresome, right? But we have to remember this stuff isn't new. And so long as we're here, so long as we're praying, so long as we're out there making a stand, we're shit posting on the internet sometimes. It's called a little shit posting. We do a little shit posting, and we're doing our thing. I think ultimately things will be better, and I do believe that by the end of our lifetimes, things will begin to turn around if they haven't turned around already. But I think by the end of the day, I mean, it does start off with us, recognizing what the issues is and having honest conversations about these problems.
Well, just having this conversation now, and I saw multiple people in the live chat asked if we can do this once a month. And I'm saying, yeah, I'll start having an open Zoom chat once a month. We'll call it the Parish Council for Church of the Eternal Logos. This is the Parish Council. All of us just join and we just talk. A question I want to open to all you guys is, how many of you, where are you at in your own understanding of end times, the spirit of the Antichrist, all this different stuff? Where do you guys see in your own spiritual life? Again, not that any of us know, and the Orthodox Church hasn't made it clear, and that's what we're going to depend ultimately our judgment upon. But what do you guys see?
Well, the hour and the day.
We all want to go.
Hold on, let Chase go.
I was going to say, I know the hour and the day that, that it's going to happen.
Yeah,
so
I actually know the minute and the second.
That's right. Yeah. So if you subscribe to my Patreon, which I'll set up in a couple minutes here, I will. I'll let you guys know. No.
The mark of the beast is pee pee poo poo.
It's pee pee poo poo. It's the stain that can't be washed off.
What's going to happen is that all the natties are going to worship the Antichrist, but the base Reuters, we're gonna be out here and just taking back the world for Jesus, and it's gonna be like Left Behind, but with steroids and meth, and that's just what's gonna make it beautiful.
Oh goodness, I was gonna say though that I think everything that's happening right now is obviously, to me, it seems like a precursor.
It does.
To the mark and to whatever's going to happen. That could be 5 years from now. That could be 200 years from now. But I think that the spirit of Antichrist and all of these little Antichrists that are popping up everywhere is just getting louder and louder and louder. When I go to Barnes & Noble just to go pick up, some nice pens or like a book or just check it out.
A pro LGBTQ book, just simple stuff.
I go there and then to go pick up a notebook or something because I'm around it. The first things I see when I go in there is things about manifesting, transcendental meditation, all this age Gnostic stuff. That I was like, me and you have talked about, Patrick. Like I used to be caught up in for years.
Yeah, we were basically in the same scene.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just getting more and more pervasive. So I think that whenever the time is soon, which that could mean hundreds of years, but everything being laid out right now, all these foundations are just going to lead to a more satanic society, and everybody who can have babies and raise Orthodox children needs to do it. But kind of on that note, I should head to bed. Happy birthday, Patrick!
Thank you so much, brother.
Man. So good to see so many of you guys. But yeah, man, I'll give you a call sometime soon. We'll plan a trip to Jay's McMansion. We'll do
definitely.
Something.
And Chase, you need to follow me on. I don't know if you do Instagram, but you need to follow me, or at least follow me here, because I want to get in contact with you, brother. It's been a while since we spoke.
Sounds good. Chase, Isaac is saying that he needs some brotherly love from you. Don't hold out.
That's fair. I was just going to ask, you can message me on Discord too.
Well, what's your Discord, dude? Because I can't find you.
Didn't I almost have to ban you from our Discord the other day for Fed posting?
Wait, you're the one that almost banned me from the Discord?
Dude, the whole mod team almost
do you
banned
still want his brotherly love?
Yeah, of course. Just hit me up, Isaac. You're just hit me up.
Congrats, you're white enough to talk to Isaac.
Subtle, Michael. Very subtle. All right, guys. God bless you. Happy birthday, Patrick.
That's a reference to your spiritual purity. see, Chase.
I have the bounce too.
Yeah,
mostly because it's after midnight and I can now go get a chili cheese dog because it's Thursday. Happy birthday!
Thank you very much, my
David
friend.
Patrick. And I'm streaming again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. with a devotional heart is my guest. So
everybody go subscribe over to Cisco and make sure to check out that stream.
I'm gonna bounce too.
Yeah,
without doing my homework, by the way.
Yep, I'm about to read the super chats. Alex, make sure you better read it. Father Deacon's gonna be upset.
I'll consider it. But I just want to say also, thank you guys so much. Happy birthday, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate it. God bless you and your mother too. Give your mother my blessings.
Of course. Will do. All right. See you guys.
See you, Alex. Have a good one.
Bye.
Hey, David.
Yes, Daniel. What's up, my brother?
Hi. So, I was just driving with my wife to a KOA up in northern Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we just got here. I've met Brother Augustine in person a few times out in California.
Okay. Good guy. Isn't he?
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. And I definitely really like your content.
Well, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So I have a connection with Michael Cisco in a sense because my dad's actually running for Congress here.
Oh, really?
Here in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And actually, him running for Congress, I was going to a Bible college, a little like Protestant Bible college. I was very much in that. And COVID hit, and I was sent home. I was finishing up my senior year of college, and I went from a college that shut down because of COVID to my home, where my dad is like very strong Republican, talking about all this anti-mask. Like he went to Madison, Wisconsin, and like protest.
Daniel, you cut out there, brother. Can you hear me? Daniel? Daniel, can you hear me, brother?
Was up in northern Wisconsin, and I actually binged all of Jay Dyer's his Quigley lecture.
Oh yeah, Carol Quigley.
The entire thing. I binged it in like 1 week.
Yeah, Carol Quigley.
Yeah, and it like blew my mind. And my dad makes jokes that I get into like Alex Jones kind of things. He's definitely like he recently met with he's the Republican, he's a pretty well-known Republican Freedom Pact guy. He's a representative. If you've heard of the Freedom Pact.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know who you're talking about particularly.
Okay, so he's like that kind of Republican where he's like pro-America, pro-values, pro-family, pro-God.
Like a Joe Kent candidate? You know who that is?
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not from.
All right, we'll just keep on going. I don't mean to derail it.
Oh no, it's okay. But I remember sitting in my house and listening to Jay Dyer talking about monarchy, and I felt like I was like a subversive in my own house. Because my dad's like, he's very much Enlightenment when it comes to anti-established monarchy, stuff like that.
Right.
So I actually ended up, I thought I graduated. I had one more class I needed to take. And so I went back to my college, and I was like, there were daily chapels and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be a full-time student. I'm just going to get what I need to get. And then, I wasn't going to be full-time, so I wasn't going to live on campus. And I had visited this small Roquark parish, like an hour away from my school, because the Greek parish was closed for COVID pretty much, and also they didn't have a consistent priest because they're pretty small.
Okay.
And so I actually went to this parish, and I was able to live there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, stay with the priest and his wife. They're like 70, almost 70 years old. And I actually ended up marrying their granddaughter. I won't embarrass her, but I ended up marrying her.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to both of you guys. God bless you.
Thank you. So we're here at this KOA up in northern
You're a
Wisconsin.
lucky man.
I just wanted to say happy birthday, and
thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and your talks, some of our first dates were actually sitting down and watching some of your live streams. So.
No, well, I apologize that was a date, but I'm humbled, and I'm very humbled that you guys would actually listen to anything that I would have to
BPH, isn't that what you do on your first dates as well with the girls that you?
Yeah, actually, on my first dates, I strap girls down and actually hit them with Father Deacon's presuppositional attacks.
Okay. By the way, I don't want to. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Her aunt, her name is Maria. Michael Cisco actually came to her grandma's house and stayed there and dated her for a little bit. It didn't work out. But I'm not gonna do that.
That's out of line, man. You threw him under the bus with that.
And my grandma, now she's my grandma, but she's like, you're not allowed to tease him about that. But she's really cool. And Anicia was like, hey, you should tell David about her. So her name is Maria Kulp, Kulp. She's really cool. She's single. She's like early 30s, really cool. She's got 2 my cousins now. They're pretty cool. So
well, I have a girlfriend at the moment, but if things would happen to fall apart, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Right now, I happily have met a young lady who is Orthodox, who has no children and is much younger. So we're gonna see.
That's good.
We're gonna see where that ship sails. So hopefully that one's gonna end in a ring and a marriage.
Can I use this platform just to step off? But before I step off,
go ahead,
I want to be on topic. I want to show something very orthodox to you guys who are looking for a woman to marry.
Yes.
It is 40 akathis. If you don't know what akathis is, you ain't orthodox. 40 akathis to Saint Xenia of St. Petersburg.
This is good advice here. This is who I started to pray to.
Oh man, so we got something in common. So I'm actually in the midst of it right now. I wanted to be a monk, and I got to make sure I'm not making a gigantic mistake. And I'm like 36, 37 days into it. I finished this Saturday. So if I were to give you a tip, don't do 2 a day. That's cheating. So 40 days, 40 akathists. And also, if you want to be extra certain, ask people to pray for you, submit your names to monasteries, and to pray to the Panagia, the Theotokos, as often as you can. You can squeeze in an akathist for her as well. Do it in there. If not, do it order of supplication, but put it in God's hands. He's going to take care of you better than anything else in the planet will. Yeah. So just want to throw that in there, and that's it. It's late. You guys have a good one. Happy birthday, DPH.
Thank you so much, Gabe. Brother, thank you so much for your generous super chat, and thank you for all your support, man, over the last couple of years. That's what one of the things I wanted to mention tonight that I didn't even get into is, like, I remember doing a birthday stream a year ago and just how much has transpired in a year and how much content and just how much effort. And I really appreciate your friendship. I really appreciate your support. Just helping me out over the last year, man. It means a lot. I mean,
yeah, quick commentary on that. It's so strange. I've never met you in person, but I do feel like you're a friend of mine. So, not only you are like a content creator that I watch on my YouTube TV, feel like you're a buddy that I got to make sure that you're doing all right. You're making sure. And by the way, I sent you the email link with the horse paste.
Yes, I got it. I saw it here on the phone. So, brother, I appreciate it. And to a degree, it's strange because I put so much effort and I'm very transparent and honest with a lot of my streams that it feels like I know people that I don't know, but they know so much about me. Then I start talking to them and it's like, it feels like we're friends or something. Yeah. So it's like this whole strange dynamic, this whole online thing, but it's so genuine. So just like Montana, it's like you meet people and it's like, well, they remember things and it's who I am. So I appreciate it, man. I really, really appreciate your friendship and just helping me out and the support. So God bless you and your family, brother. God bless your sister. God bless everyone, in your life. And again, for me, you're talking about Saint Xenia. It was the Theotokos and Saint Xenia that I started to pray to try to find a spouse or a romantic partner that after about, I think it was like 3 months of consistent prayer, that something finally happened that was legitimate.
Yes, the Theotokos hears all our prayers. So with that, take care, boss, and
Yes.
see you next time.
Thank you. God bless, brother.
All right, and same. Thank you. Nice talking with you. I gotta go.
Absolutely. Hey, Daniel, God bless you, man. God bless you and your wife. What was your wife's name?
Anicia.
Anicia. Well, it was nice meeting you guys, and God bless you all. Enjoy yourselves. God bless your father's political campaign. I hope that goes well. You know, we need anybody who's right of center to obtain some type of power in this country, or it's all over. You know, and it seems like obviously we can't put our faith in the political system because it already seems like it's over. So it's only us trying to get closer to God and live our lives in traditional ways. It seems like that's the only way forward. So hopefully your father can get elected, or and other people like him.
Well, and what's really interesting about that actually is the spirit of Rollcore, if you want to call it that, where there's a heavy emphasis on, the Bolsheviks destroying Russia and kind of holding on to this ideal of pre-Soviet Russia. My dad was actually, years ago, from his perspective, more so a generic Western Protestant Christian, strong Republican, strong conservative family man. But he taught me about all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he taught me about like how bad, communism was and all this stuff. And so I've been hearing this stuff for years, but now finding a church that actually went through that, and it's the real church,
mm-hmm.
it feels like coming home in a weird way. So
Right.
it's just kind of cool.
Well, I mean, it literally, it spiritually is coming home, and that's why Orthodoxy has such a strange effect on people. And again, I'm just saying from my one-on-ones, from the people I've met, almost everybody I know who has become Orthodox, converted Orthodox, has had a wide variety of real life experience. Whether that be drugs, whether that be, reading and looking at different churches, different religions, traveling. Almost everybody I've met has some legitimate real life experience. And their pursuit for truth is the only reason why they're Orthodox. And that the people who've converted is that because they legitimately believe it.
Yeah, and it's a complete stepping out of what's normal.
Right.
You don't, unless it's weird because I want to create a world where it's normal for my children, my future children.
Right.
So I don't want them to have to go through that disorienting process of coming to Orthodoxy that way. But it was so influential, and it's made it so I can never leave. If I leave, there's like nothing left to go to. So I don't know.
Well, I love it, brother. Again, thank you so much, man, for hopping on and just saying hello. I'm humbled. I'm humbled that you guys have consumed the content. So God bless you and your wife, man. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And hopefully we can speak again in the future. It seems like tonight's stream was popular. Everybody who watched enjoyed it. So maybe we can do this once a month or once every 2 months. And maybe you can hop back in the future and we can continue the conversation.
Yeah. Well, thank you. All right.
Hey, DPAs, can I chime
go.
in here for a second?
Of course, brother.
Man, I really like what you just. I really like what you just said. Like when you're talking about maybe the game's over with getting political power, and like we can see the writing on the wall, and that kind of ties to your question earlier that I wanted to answer when you said what's like the end times. Where are you at with the end times or the whatever, all that stuff?
Right.
And maybe I think what you said more the response now is just like, the writing's on the wall, so we kind of got to focus on our own deal a lot of times. Like, that's why having a patristic relationship with your priest, finding a spiritual father.
Yep.
And when I was at St. Anthony's back in March, I met a monk at the bookstore, and he recommended this book right here to me.
What is it? Unseen Warfare?
The Unseen. Yeah. And actually, Theophan Recluse is like, I love his writings. He seems to make it to where it's like really easy to read his stuff. So it's like
definitely.
Anyway.
I just wanna jump in. The Path to Salvation by Saint Theophan the Recluse, I think, is one of the greatest books on practical Orthodox living for every single situation, from how you relate to your work, how you relate to your parish, how you raise your kids, how you relate to your wife. I mean, like, I can't recommend The Path to Salvation highly enough. I mean, I remember.
We love Stefan Recluse.
I mean, I remember.
He's great.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I remember, because I remember like a couple years ago when everyone on the Orthosphere was kind of like getting on as like, "Yo, Dr. Jordan Peterson's so cool. Yo, Dr. Jordan Peterson owning the libs base," and I'm like, dude, everything he says, like Saint Theophan the Recluse says, like a billion times better, right? You know, it's called. So I tell
100%.
people,
I read the Turning a Heart or Opening a Heart, which is like a section of that book. I don't remember what it's called, but that's what got me on him. It was 100% about taking, like attacking the passions, and opening your heart. Basically, exactly what you need to hear if you're a catechumen like me, which I'm going on 3 years now. So pray for me. But that's what this book is. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Isaac, we met actually. At Montanica. But
yeah.
Anyway, that's another story. But this right here, Unseen Warfare, it might not be for everybody, but it seemed to be for me, because I got tired of listening to the doom and gloom, and I was kind of looking for something else. Like, okay, we get it, right? Alex Jones, we get it. I have the Patriot supply. You know, it's all good, dude. What now? So I would recommend maybe, get advice from your spiritual father, your priest, to read this book. So don't take my word for it. But this has been really good for me, because there's a lot of practical stuff that you can do to kind of get yourself ready for what's coming. Like you saw Isaac on a treadmill working out his body. Think of this as like the manual.
Actually, so I do have to correct you guys. I was on the elliptical machine. Friendship with treadmill ended. Now elliptical machine is my best friend, because God, that is.
I
just
thought you were on a bike.
Nah, elliptical machine. It is the master race of cardio equipment.
Well, that's usually what I use as elliptical. But anyways, back to Chase and his unseen warfare.
Yeah, so Isaac, your character. But I was actually I replied to Brother Witkoff. He asked like, what are some good questions for me in my next stream, and one of it was like, I'm really interested in the conversation around people being so focused on their health, like their physical health. Like you see it with COVID, you see it with Isaac and his wanting to get his gains. We all focus on our physical health, but it's like you see the Orthodox in these churches like shutting down and making all these concessions and really, really scared of what? Getting sick? Dying? Okay, well, that's why we're here. That's why we can't close the doors, right? That's why we need to focus on our spiritual health. And I just finished the first part of this book, and it talks about the Eucharist. And, you can't read enough about that whole process. So anyways, that's my plug for finding something practical to help with that question of like the end times. Is it here? Is it not? Sometimes it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your priest says. It doesn't matter what your bishop says if he's going against the narrative. It really figures it's about you and what you're doing. That's really what I wanted to say. But what are you reading, DPH?
No, I'll definitely check it out. I have not read that yet. I've heard multiple people recommend it, but I have not read it yet. So. Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that gives me comfort is like when I'm reading books, when I'm doing my own research, and when I'm at the gym lifting heavy weights, getting fit, making new gains. That's the only thing that gives me solace, because outside of that, anything that I'm going to consume, whether it be information outside, again, books that I purchase and read, it's going to be bad news. It's going to be in opposition to whatever it is that I hold most dear. So for me mentally, if I was not lifting and moving towards my goals at a faster rate as I can in my life, I wouldn't be able to handle what's going on. It would seem like it's too overwhelming. So with Christ, going to church every Sunday, I don't miss my Sundays. I don't miss going to church. I do not miss divine liturgy. And then I don't miss my gym days. I don't miss working out. And I don't miss reading and doing the things I got to do. And this is just for me, but just doing the small things. Doing the small things we have to do day to day is what motivates and stimulates and gives me the strength just to focus. And so ultimately, the unseen warfare, whether it's Isaac, again, making gains, doing his cardio, that's what we all need to be doing. Like if all we're doing all day is getting online and we're posting about the worst things that are going on in society, and we just talk about the dread of it all day, every day, you're losing. You're losing. There's one thing to recognize it, see it, and move in opposition to it, but we have to be doing things in our personal lives and focusing on those, because that's the only thing that's going to save us.
Yeah, clean your room.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't watch all Jordan Peterson's podcasts.
How about you don't? How about you? That's where you drop off.
Exactly.
And you become Orthodox, and then you
Clean
put it
your
away
room,
forever.
read St. Theophan the Recluse, become Orthodox,
And lift
go to the
weights.
gym, take steroids, smoke meth.
Don't take
White
steroids.
Boy
Don't
Summer.
listen to him. Do not disrupt your endogenous testosterone production.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be straight with you, Patrick. I mean, it's why I'm not afraid of COVID and I don't need the vaccine. My Reuter-induced psychosis protects me from all interdimensional and physical threats.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that. I'm just telling, I personally try to optimize naturally, because I plan on, again, that's what Dr. Mo, he actually just threw a super chat in here. Dr. Mo, he has his own men's clinic where he does a lot of TRT, in his clinic. So right now, again, today I'm 32 years old. 32 years old. When I'm 40, 45, I'll probably be on TRT to try to maintain the same testosterone levels I have right now. So,
Ignorance is bliss when you hit 37. I don't have a clue what mine are. So I feel good. It's all good. I can do 32 push-ups. It's all good. I don't think I can hang with Isaac. Isaac might that rebar chewing.
Yeah. You talk bad about Palestinians, Isaac's gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah, no, I don't want any. Actually, we're friends.
Well, here's the thing. Why do you think I lift so hard?
But we're best friends.
Why do you think I lift so hard? So that when the time comes, I just go in front of the IDF. I flex in front of them, and then boom. It's done. It's over. Palestine liberated. Jerusalem's ours. It's called, you got to do it. It's going to happen. The Reuters, the lifters are going to take back Jerusalem. You watch.
I love that.
Oh my Lord.
I think, I think getting to what we're all saying here, I mean, it is very easy, to get caught up in the doom and gloom, even within the church. But I think we all have to remember, first and foremost, because we're talking about what we're reading right now, I'm just trying to read my Bible, just a couple verses, a couple chapters a night, as much as I can. And, I'm just trying to glean as much as I can from the Gospels. And to me, it's simple. As angry as I get, as tired as I get, as frustrated as I get by everything, what does Christ say? Matthew chapter 16. I'm going to paraphrase this because because there's multiple different translations. I'm trying to remember the best translation, the King James version. Blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for it is not flesh and blood that revealed this to you, but my Father above. And I shall now call you Cephas, and it is upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Enough said.
Right.
It's simple. Christ said that the church will persevere forever. There we go.
There we go.
That's a promise he made. That's a promise that God made, and God keeps his promises.
Right.
Yeah, the story's written. Make sure you're on the right team, because we've been in the end time since Christ left. So
right.
Don't want to be behind the ball on this one. Right. But hey, DPH, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, Charles.
It was good to hop on here, Isaac. It was good to listen to you talk. I think
Hey man,
you have.
I mean, I've got to tell the truth in my own.
No, I love it, man. I was gonna say like you should maybe you should have these like spontaneous streams. Brother Wickoff or Brother Augustine, he started his deal on a exercise bike. That's it. He always talks about that whenever he does his intro, whenever he's getting interviewed. So, there's a place for that. So maybe you can blossom into some sort of new ortho bro. Take Luke Kendrick's spot because he went clergy.
I'm going to be another e-celeb. It's happening. I'll set up my Patreon. I'll set up.
Don't get on Patreon, bro. They'll shut you down. You want to get it through your own website. Build it through your own website, man. That's the way to do it. I'm telling you. Get a paywall on your website, not through Patreon.
All right, well, listen.
Hey, cheers, guys. I'm gonna
later,
get off
Chase.
here.
God bless you, man. Have a good one.
All right, God bless.
DPH, I'm going to head out myself.
I'm getting ready to close down the stream. I'm going to read these super chats.
Yeah, I need to actually, sleep. But before I go, thanks for letting me on. It was great talking to everyone. It was great seeing you again. God bless you and the work you do. And I'm just going to take the opportunity to shill myself for a minute. If you are interested in bodybuilding tips and bodybuilding techniques and how to really just, get that extra muscle, follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at ortho.muscle. Yeah. And if you want the best and supplements and nutrition, Nutrex research, use my code ORTHO, ORTHO, for 45% off all products. God bless y'all. You have a good day. Have a good night. Happy birthday, David.
Yeah. One of the best things he teaches is how to put needles in the glutes. So.
All right, man. You guys
later,
take
brother.
care.
God bless you, man. Looking forward to the next time. Jake, yes, Clinton, I'm going to close down this chat. You guys want to say anything before you hop off here? Jake and Clinton?
Yeah, I appreciate everything, Patrick. Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate how deep you go. And if you do this again, I'd love to jump on again sometime.
Yeah, brother, would love you to hop on here. It seems like it was pretty popular with everybody, and they enjoy just having an open Zoom call. So maybe we'll do this once every month or 2 months. So please come back, brother.
All right, awesome. Sounds great, man. Thanks.
God bless
Have
you.
a good night.
Hey, Jake, where are you from, by the way?
Yeah, Michigan.
That's right, Michigan. Okay. All right, well, God bless you, man. If you ever come down to Indiana, stay in touch.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, yeah, God bless you too. Thanks.
Clinton.
Hey, David. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, man.
I was hoping to talk about other things like, Jungian psychology, shamanism. I heard you say you're not into psychedelics anymore?
No.
Or you stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, can I ask why?
Because ultimately where they lead is a place of apotheotic prelest where one perceives themselves to be God and gets enamored with a metaphysical reality, which ultimately is self-contradictory once you look at it through a logical lens. And this is part of the whole entire nature of psychedelic use, beginning with shamanism through the ancient mysteries into Sufic use of hashish, opium, into the European alchemical traditions, Western esotericism, Helena Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley, the use of anesthetics during the Society of Psychic Research there in Britain, and eventually into Aldous Huxley in the 1950s and the various countercultural figures like William Burroughs, known as the Beat Generation, and then that leads into the 1960s psychedelic use of LSD synthesized by Albert Hofmann, which then is the 1960s counterculture, the psychedelic revolution, where then we have a break in the 1970s and then it reemerges in the 1980s with a figure like Terence McKenna, all of which have a consistent metaphysical and theological understanding, which they perceive themselves to be God. This is a major, drastic, important distinction between a Christian worldview and these traditional worldviews where they believe their essence is one with creation. God is synonymous with creation, the universe, the cosmos, consciousness, all this different types of stuff. So me having dived deeper into these things, I now write academically about what I call technologies of transcendence, meaning the use of materialistic means for spirituality or mystical experience, i.e. drugs, i.e. psychedelics. and how there is a consistent theological thread from prehistory all the way to contemporary use in Silicon Valley, and how it's actually tied to transhumanism. And the idea that the elites want to live forever is consistent with really what you see all the way from prehistory.
So you don't believe that man is capable of connecting to or remembering or achieving divinity?
Are you
Is that
familiar with
correct
Orthodox
to say?
theology?
No, I'm not.
So there's a whole doctrine called theosis. The point of creation was to become gods with a little g. We're not gods by essence. So understanding the difference between Aristotelian categories of essence is really important. Essence, nature, or substance, as Aristotle called it. We are not gods by essence. We are not gods by nature. We are not gods by substance. We are created. We are human by essence, nature, or substance. And therefore, the only way that we become gods is participating through his energies, his uncreated energies. That's how we become synergized, and we become gods by grace by following Jesus Christ. We do not become gods by having mystical experiences, by altering their brain chemistry. Yes, people may have experiences where they perceive divine things. They may change their lives in certain ways, but ultimately, the engaging in ritualistic use of drugs over a period of time leads you to worship of ultimately yourself or creation, which ultimately lead to the same thing. And so this is worshiping creation and not the creator. So orthodoxy doesn't say that we're not supposed to become gods by little g, by grace, but the only way to do that is by following the tenets and teachings of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So there's a quote, but if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty.
Sure. That has nothing to do with psychedelics again.
Yeah, but I was going to say that, do you think that ties into self-knowledge and Jungian psychology?
I mean, all these things, ultimately, and it's already been 3 hours, so 3.5 hours, I want to hop off here, but these are deeper topics. Jungian psychology has its own cul-de-sacs of information. Jungian psychology's main basis is talking about the rooting of the subconscious and the archetypal structures of reality. If you are a Jungian psychologist, you ultimately believe in Darwinian Wallace theory of evolution. If you believe in evolution, then material creation itself is continually in flux. It's continually changing. It's continually, quote unquote, evolving. If that's the case, then archetypes themselves should be continually evolving, continually changing, and therefore are never objectively true or objectively situated in a permanent structure. I disagree. I believe that the archetypes, say the archetype of the father, the archetype of the mother, the archetype of the son, the archetype of whatever, the trickster figure. These are archetypal structures that pre-exist creation and exist within the logos, not some idea of the generalistic understanding of a human subconscious that just ties all these things together. It is the logos, the mind of God that pre-exists creation itself, that created creation, the second person of the Trinity, that these things reside in. And that's what gives archetypal structures. And you can find this idea isn't my idea. This is, somebody like a Plato was talking about the logos being the house of archetypes. And this is ultimately, when Jung talks about archetypes, he's talking about Platonic structures of forms. And that's where he's getting his idea. And so Plato believed to be the logos. Just Plato didn't believe the logos to be Jesus Christ. Plato didn't believe the logos to be God. Plato believed the logos to be created by whatever the good is, which was his conception of the God.
I see. Okay.
So I don't think we disagree on much. I think it's just how we understand these things. And that's mostly what I try to do with my channel is, whether it be shamanic understandings of the healer, a shaman main priority is to heal his tribe. Well, that's what Christ does. He came to heal humanity. He came to heal creation itself. But is then Jesus limited to a shaman? No, he's more than a shaman. But a shamanic process, shamanism itself prefigures, is a typology of, insinuates who Christ is, although he's way more than that, but he fulfills whatever that category could be, he fulfills it, and then it's plus some. Same thing with a magician figure or a wizard, or, you know, the use of psychedelics. The difference with the Eucharist is that when people take psychedelics, they consider them sacraments. They consider that the psychedelic drugs allow them to be in participation with God. Well, that's what the Eucharist is doing within a Christian context. So the Eucharist itself is what's allowing us to participate in God. It's just that we don't get inebriated to do it. That there's a spiritual reality behind it, not some sort of physical, materialistic reality where we can perceive or see things differently, or as I was obsessed with, getting high on acid or LSD LSD or psilocybin, and then seeing like all the different visions, seeing colors, the swirling patterns, all that stuff. I was really into all that. So it depends on how we understand it, and that's why I think Orthodox Christianity answers many of these things once we understand it in the right context.
Okay. Yeah, I have some different views on psychedelics. I view them as plant medicines, not drugs. But it's interesting.
But that's semantic stuff, right? That's not actual scientific category. I mean, again, because I do all this stuff academically. So when I write about technologies of transcendence, it's still drug-induced mysticism. It's still a materialistic ingestions of a process, whether it be psilocybin, whether it be Delta 9, THC, whether it be dimethyltryptamine, whether it be ayahuasca. You say, okay, well, drugs. I'm going to say drugs or pharmacopoeia is this, and therefore then I'm going to say all these things that I engage in are in this orthogonal category. Well, the whole point of drug is, do you ingest something that alters the biological chemistry? And ultimately they do. Now you can say not all drugs are the same, and I would agree with that. I would agree that tryptamine psychedelics aren't the same thing as heroin, meth, or crack. But and they're not as harmful to your biology. They're not as harmful to, or potentially not as harmful to the person, depending on the psychedelic experience they have. But these things, we have to be careful what categories we're using and who gave us those categories. And so it's all a process. I mean, I was deep into the psychedelics. I still find the psychedelics tempting, not as a point of gnosis, which is mostly the spiritual idea that somehow you can take these things and you can attain gnosis. It's that these things are fun to do. And ultimately, you have to figure out, is it just because I like it and because it's fun, or is it because I ultimately believe it's true? And I think once this person gets to a point where, well, it's not ultimately because it's true, because it's telling me X, Y, Z. I had this vision of ABC, and it never happened. It never came through. I was so sure that this was going to be the case, and then you realize, well, maybe this isn't as veridical, but isn't as true as I thought it to be. So it's all a process, but I feel you. Again, I'm not trying to convince you of anything, but I think that the interesting thing about Orthodox Christian theology is that it connects with a lot of things that the psychedelic spirituality, be it shamanism, be it tribal structures, be it ancient mystery cults, that they are hitting at, but the way that we engage with these same mysteries is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I feel you, brother. I feel you. We probably don't disagree much on these things, but man, stay safe. You know, Manitoba, what's going on in Canada? It's crazy up there. What's going on in Canada is crazy. God bless you and your family, man. Stay strong. Don't capitulate. You know, people back you. Most Americans have you. You know, we have your back. We're rooting for you, because whatever happens up there comes down here.
Oh, we're not backing down here. We're
amen, brother.
We're gonna stand our ground at any cost. And you know, we have faith too. You know, we call God Creator, and you know, everyone has different names, but it's all the same being. There's only one.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
Amen to that, man. It's just you have to make sure it's more distinct than that, because if you say, well, then we all worship the same God, the God of this world isn't the God that I worship. The God of Islam, the God of Catholicism, I mean, aspects of Catholicism. I mean, so I don't want to get too tied up there, but certainly the gods of Hinduism, those aren't who I worship. And I think that it's very important that if our God is an etherealistic abstraction, that it's just energy, it's just consciousness, it's just this thing, well, that's not the God I worship. My God is three persons, one essence. My God is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. My God is revealed through Scripture, which I believe came through the pre-Israelite people, so pre-Jewish people. Adam and Eve weren't Jewish. Abraham wasn't Jewish. But that through these people, that God made himself known, the transcendent God, through time, and that prophetic tradition matches up with a historical figure who also then ties together with the whole history of Greek philosophy. And I think that there are so many similarities then in all the world religions that are ultimately fulfilled in Orthodoxy. But that's all a process, you know, and it's a way bigger topic. But I think that if we say there's certainly a general divinity, but there's only one God. It's one essence, three persons. I think everything that isn't that is probably a delusion of some sort. So do I think that people have walked on water or done miracles or done different things who weren't Christian in different ways that I would consider demonic? Yes, and what they were using were magical powers, satanic, different things. So, and when you dive into deep in the psychedelic sphere, you see things and you experience things that go beyond the categories of logic and reason. And so it's very easy to believe in miracles because you've seen things, and I that's for my case. So I don't disbelieve that people in the magical psychedelic sphere have done certain things, but I don't worship the God that they worship, because it's always a generalistic, abstract divinity of like consciousness or energy. That's not what I worship.
So do you think all magic is evil or demonic? Or
ultimately, because the difference between a Christian miracle and magic is God's will. The Trinitarian will is what a miracle is, and anything that isn't that is magic, and magic is real. Magic is absolute. I could do a ritual right now and conjure spirits. I could get money if I wanted, but that's why it's a sin, is because ultimately, if God wants me to have money, then that providential, that synchronistic event will happen. For me to do magic, which is ultimately an exchange of my divinity, my soul, for that thing, that's the whole process of selling one's soul.
What if it's to benefit others?
Then God would already do it. God's will is the greatest. Neither you or I can choose anything that is superior to God's will.
Yeah.
So that's my general take on
awesome.
This. But brother, stay strong, man. Please hop back in next time we do one of these, maybe next month or so. And because I guarantee you there'll be new news in regards to Manitoba, Canada, what's going on. So we'd love to hear it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was,
of course, brother.
Nice talking to you.
Of course, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. God bless you, man. Thanks for joining the stream for the birthday stream. I appreciate it, man. Stay strong.
Yeah. Happy birthday. I'll see you again.
All right. God bless.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So now I'm going to wrap up this stream by just going over these super chats real quick. Thank you so much to everyone who donated and super chatted tonight. The first one that I'm going to read comes from Thomas Henderson, who donated a super chat. He said, "Happy birthday. I got to make an early morning start, but want to give you a loonie converted to greenbacks for each of your years. Happy returns, my friend." Well, thank you so much, Thomas Henderson, for your super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, man, for all the support. I really do mean it. I really do mean it. Thank you, Thomas Henderson. Next one comes from Doorman360, who was Gabe, and he was here with us in the Zoom chat. Shout out to Gabe. Thank you so much, man. Mr. Mulatto himself. He says, happy birthday, bro. Thanks for all you do. May God grant you many years. Well, thank you so much, Doorman360. I really, really appreciate it. Annie Banani. Oh, Annie, God bless you. God bless you, Annie. What a sweet Orthodox sister in our community. She says, happy birthday, Mr. Patrick. Keep up the great work on COTEL, and I can't wait for the day when we call you DPH PhD. Well, Annie, I can't wait for that day, too. I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to be done with the university and that nobody can hold anything over me, and that I can just have my PhD, I can have my degree, and I can just focus on this stuff. Because what you guys don't realize is, yeah, I stream 3 days a week, but I worked my butt off writing papers and like doing research. Like, I cannot wait for the day that I can focus on Church of the Eternal Logos 100%. You will be blown away by how much content I could produce. Right now, I'm literally, I feel like I put out a lot of good quality content. It takes a lot of effort, but I'm also literally writing and reading books all the times I'm not doing that. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Hopefully I'll be done with this PhD in a year from now, and so we won't have to deal with any more deadlines, and I can just focus on Church of the Eternal Logos. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Annie. And then Nectaria donates a very generous super chat. And Nectaria says, happy birthday. God grant you many years. Nectaria, thank you so very much. Nectaria is a very good friend down in Florida. And I really, really appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much, Nectaria. You've been so sweet and generous to me. Thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. See Me Roland throws in a super chat and says, happy birthday, man. Well, thank you so much, See Me Roland. Again, another good Orthodox brother who throws in multiple super chats. So thank you so much, See Me Roland, man. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you so much to everyone who contributes, who's members, who signs up for one-on-ones, who's bought merchandise, who super chats. It means a lot. This is literally my income. This is literally what I do, and I try to give you guys quality content every time I come on. Clayton Wright throws in a super chat and says, happy birthday, DPH. I hope this will help you buy some property. Oh, I hope so, brother. Thank you so much, Clayton Wright. I hope this will help you buy some property so you can get started on your homestead. I just got my copy of The Mountain of Silence in the mail yesterday, and I'm excited to start reading it. Thank you for the recommendation. Well, thank you so much, Clayton Wright. Yes, The Mountain of Silence is a book recommended in regards to Orthodox mysticism. But thank you so much, brother, for your super chat. I really, really appreciate it. And I hope one day, I'm working towards it, man. I'm working towards that homestead. That's what I want. And so, God's will be done ultimately with this whole marriage thing and getting married, trying to figure out life and get a homestead. So thank you so much, Clayton Wright. I really, really appreciate it. Marls Chanson, great name. Marls Chanson, obviously a inversion of Charles Manson, throws in $10 and says, happy good day, birthday, boy. Well, thank you so much, Marls Chanson. Thank you so much, brother, for your super chat. I greatly appreciate your donation. And again, he says, happy G-Day, birthday, boy. So thank you so much, Marls Chanson. Ray Gregory Santos throws in a super chat and says, happy birthday, DPH. Sorry, this is all I can do. Stay awesome, man. Well, don't worry about the amount, brother. Ray Gregory Santos, thank you so much, man, just for being here, man. Thanks for being part of the community. Thanks for super chatting. Thanks for donating. I appreciate it. And I promise I will try my best to try to stay awesome. That's for sure. Next super chat comes from Allison Antone. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to A Devotional Heart. Make sure to watch her stream tomorrow with Michael Sisko. and I'm sure that would be a good one. Keep Allison in your prayers. She is helping her husband deal with a situation right now, so keep Allison. Make sure you just pray for Allison and Thomas. Say a prayer tonight for Allison and Thomas if you guys can, and that God's hand be on them and guide them and help them. And so Allison Antone says, happy birthday, Patrick. Well, thank you so much, Allison. She says, many years. I've learned so much from you and look forward to your future streams. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much, Allison. I really appreciate your friendship. Thank you for everything that you've helped me with. Thank you for your support. God bless you in your journey. God bless you in your content creation. And I'm sure you're going to affect so many people as long as, and that's true for all of us, as long as we stay sincere, as long as we pursue Christ, as long as we're doing the right thing. We sort of stand out like a sore thumb in today's world. So I'm sure you're going to have a major effect on other people. So God bless you. God bless you, Allison. And thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. Yeah. I love my wife. Anicia says, happy birthday, David. Love you and big fan. Looking forward to patristicfaith.com. Well, thank you so much. I love my wife, Anicia. I am also looking forward to Patristic Faith. Shout out again to Father Deacon Dr. Ananias and how he has basically organized, consolidated all of us Orthodox content creators into one place. So just as Ancient Faith is a sort of a hub for Orthodox content creation, so patristicfaith.com will be for the Dyers, myself, Father Deacon, Brother Augustine, and so on, that we will be sort of hubbed in a central location. So really major thank you to Father Deacon for that. I love my wife, and Anicia throws in another super chat. Well, thank you so much, and I'm glad that you love your wife. That's a big deal. She says, by the way, I have a single aunt. She's not old. She's young. Well, I love my wife, and Anicia. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the super chat. Now, I do have a girlfriend at the moment, and hopefully this will be the last person I date. She is a beautiful young Orthodox woman, so hopefully that's going to end in marriage. But God's will be done with everything in my life. But I really appreciate the consideration for your single aunt. But right now I am in a committed relationship. So thank you very much. I love my wife, Anicia. But like I said, I am in a relationship at the moment, and everything is going smoothly. Jordan Paul throws in a super chat, no comment. Well, thank you so much, Jordan Paul. And again, thank you very much. I love my wife, Anicia. Thank you for your birthday wishes. And thank you, Jordan Paul. No comment. So Fresh Donuts throws in another super chat and says, many years from all of us Canadians. Well, shout out to the Canadians. Hope you guys stay strong. Be careful. Things are crazy up there and up across the northern border. So stay strong, guys. We're definitely looking out for you. We're watching what's going on. We're praying for you. In regards to the situation in North America, whatever happens in Canada is what they're going to try to implement here in America. So stay strong, Canadians. Fight back. So Fresh Donuts, thank you very, very much. Next super chat comes from Dr. Michael Moeller. Dr. Mo, my good buddy out in California. I love you, buddy. Hope everything is going well. He says, happy birthday, brother. Sending you a lot of love and prayers. You have had a profound impact on my relationship with Christ, and I am forever thankful to cross paths with you. God bless. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Mo. Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate your kind words, man. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate crossing paths with you, man. It's all providence. So thank you, man, for the super chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It means a lot. I appreciate your friendship, man. I love you. And I'll be back soon in Cali, in SoCal, probably sleeping on your floor. So look out for me. Look out for me, Dr. Mo. I'll be back soon, I promise. Our good buddy Jimmy. Jimmy's welcome back to the community, Jimmy. Again, don't know what's been going on, brother, but we love that you're back. Jimmy, we love that you're back, bro. Stay here. Don't leave us again, man. We love you. So Jimmy is back in the orthosphere, back. And he says, bro, happy birthday. God bless. I'm happy. God blessed me with an amazing ortho community. I look forward to more content in the future. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy. Really glad that you're back, man. We've been missing you. Again, I hope you're back in the Telegram community. Again, I'll give you your moderator credentials. But glad that you're back, man. Feel like a prodigal son. Really appreciate it. So I hope everything's good with you. God bless you and your family, Jimmy. I again have no idea what's been going on, but I hope everything is well, man. I really appreciate you just being a part of the community. So thank you so much, Jimmy. Again, he says, bro, happy birthday. God bless. I'm happy. God bless me with an amazing ortho community. I look forward to more content in the future. You know me, man. I don't stop making content. I'll be back with more content. So thank you so much, Jimmy. And then End Times Watcher, which is a good name. End Times Watcher throws in a super chat and says, thanks for all the great content. Happy birthday, brother. Well, thank you so much, End Times Watcher. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, End Times Watcher, for the super chat. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. It all means a lot. It means a lot, man. I really, really appreciate it. God bless you, End Times Watcher, and your family. Don't know where you're at or what your situation is. And Blahman throws in a super chat and says, happy birthday. Well, Blahman, thank you so much, Brahman. Thank you so much, man. Blahman, thank you very, very much for the birthday wishes. And I appreciate everybody. So again, special thank you goes out to Thomas Henderson, Doorman 360, Annie Banani, Nectaria, Simi Rowland, Clayton Wright, Marls Jansen, Ray Gregory Santos, Allison Anton, I Love My Wife, Anesia, Jordan Paul, Fresh Donuts, Dr. Michael Moeller, Jimmy, End Times Watcher, and Blahman. Thank you all so very much for all your contributions tonight. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And now, after a 4-hour stream, guys, it's 3 hours and 52 minutes. I am going to hop off here and go to bed. So I will talk to you guys probably Friday or Saturday. Actually, Friday or Sunday. Saturday's never a good day to stream. Everybody's busy Saturday. So Saturday's never a good day to stream. But either Friday or Sunday, I will be back with a new stream. So again, yes, Dangerfield Henley, shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Dangerfield Henley for modding. Shout out to all the mods in the live chat. Thank you guys so much for always helping out. Dangerfield Henley, thank you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. Jimmy, glad you're back, brother. Glad you are back, brother. And so I'll be back either Friday or Sunday with another stream. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards talking about Jordan Peterson, but we'll see how it goes. So anyways, as always, thank you everybody for the super chats. Thank you everybody for the happy birthday wishes. And I will see you all again next time. Until then, as always, God bless.